Yeah, Froggy, your guess is as good as mine. Hey, folks, MJ Morning Show, MJ here with the crew. Froggy walks in first. Fester and Roxanne are just stumbling in now. And Froggy looks around the room and is like, what the hell's going on here? Like, all the chairs are all bunched up and no one works in the studio after us. So who?
What are you talking about? Roxanne has a whole shift.
Oh, yeah, hey, yeah, you're right. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, she's here till 3 o'clock. All right, so wait. Hey, Andrew, what the hell happens in the studio? Why are all the chairs moved around and bunched up?
I try to pile them up like in Poltergeist.
Oh, that's what it's like.
Put them on the table.
That's what it's like. It's bizarre. Who moves? And then there's a supermarket, the chintzy little wafer thin supermarket plastic bag.
Yeah. It was just laying around?
Yeah.
That's I'm holding it up to MJ TV. So those that are watching MJ TV, it's a 7-Eleven bag.
What is that doing in here?
That's the point. There's a 7-Eleven bag all crumpled up on my back credenza where I put some of my paperwork. And there's a 7-Eleven bag. And inside this wafer-thin plastic supermarket bag is a bag of Cheez-It Snapped.
Oh, that stuff's good.
You know what? Where would you get that in Boston?
What?
Maybe
You
it's
get this on 7-Eleven on 4th Street. What are you talking about?
You can get that anywhere.
Oh, yeah, Cheez-Its. They're only available in Boston.
All right,
What the hell are you saying?
All right, so they are available in the Northeast as well. However,
They're available anywhere. You can go in and get Cheez-Its anywhere.
I think they're in our machine right now, our snack machine.
But why would they
literally.
be in a 7-Eleven little takeout, wafer-thin, little flimsy...
I buy Cheez-Its for my kids all the time.
It's the bag that sounds like this.
Yeah, we know what bags sound like.
I want to take that bag and put it over my head right now.
Why is there a bag of Snap Cheez-Its over here? Why are the chairs all bunched up?
Why is it hot?
Why is it hot as hell? I'm really about to snap. Talking about like snapped.
Cheez-Its.
Talking about getting snapped like Cheez-Its.
It's so nice to walk down the hallway and be cool, and it feels good, and then you come in here and you're like, ugh.
I am really about fed up with this business complex. What is it, Bay Point?
No, it's...
Yeah, I think
It's Bay Point, the former Koger, and they cannot get the air conditioning in our studio right. We've got parts of this building that are like freaking ice boxes. It's like the areas that don't need to be cooled are chilled like a morgue, all right?
I don't get it.
And then our studio we were all sweating in here yesterday.
I sweat anywhere, so I really am not the
That's right.
appropriate person to...
Don't want to sweat.
Fester
much.
sweats in an ice bath.
Yeah, I mean, so...
And it's embarrassing, but there are at least 3 pictures of me on the internet with my sweaty armpits in this studio.
Whoa, at least 3.
Ooh, wiki pits.
And by the way, that is very foreshadowing and foretelling because we actually do have a sweaty armpit encounter story coming up later on this morning. In fact, I believe I teased this as our 7:45 little segment this morning that a member of the MJ Morning Show had a recent encounter with an armpit, and this is a hell of a story. So you got to hear this. Hey, guess who I saw this morning?
Who?
I saw a mystery undercover law enforcement officer, police dude.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And, man, I'm trying to make, some kind of contact with this guy to see what the hell does he do. So he's in my neighborhood, and remember, it was like months that I didn't see him. I used to see him like 2-3 times a week. Then I didn't see him for like 5 months. And then just before Christmas break, I saw him. And then this morning I saw him, and he was a little bit ahead of me. He gets on to Kennedy, then gets on to the 275 on-ramp, where that office building used to be, where that jazz club used to be.
The Fox?
The Fox, exactly. So we passed that on Kennedy, and then he hits that ramp to the bridge, and this undercover law enforcement guy, and I know the license plate and everything, it's a Chevy Malibu, and he hits the bridge, and boom, 90, 95 miles an hour, gone. I lose sight of him very, very quickly. And if you remember the story, about, I don't know, a year and change ago, I was leaving the neighborhood. He was ahead of me, and I guess he thought that I was following him too closely. So he lit up the blue and red lights on the back deck of his Undercover Chevy Malibu, and then he pulls over. So it was like he was trying to pull me over in reverse. Instead of like getting behind me and pulling me over, he lit up and then pulled over to the side of the road as if what? I'm just going to stop behind him?
Could he have been acknowledging that he's going to pull off the road and letting you just aware that he's going to make a maneuver that's not?
No. He didn't like my headlights in his back window, I think. You know, he's driving a Malibu. I've got an SUV, and I don't know what the hell the story was, but he clearly wanted to let me know that he was a police officer. So he lit him up.
Okay.
And then I saw him again this morning, and boom, man, he hits that ramp onto 275 southbound from Kennedy, and God, I mean, you know, like in Back to the Future, where they hit the 86 miles, was it 88?
88.
I'm sorry, 88. They hit 88 miles an hour, and you get that. Or in Star Trek, where they go into the warp speed, and you see those, like the lights go, the lights stretch out, elongate, and they go, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That's this guy.
Jeez, good for him.
But I'd like, what is he? Is he Pinellas County Sheriff's Office? Is
You're
he some
obsessed
kind
with
of...
MJ, why don't you
I'm freaking obsessed with who this guy is.
What is up with this?
rear end him next time? You want a conversation? You can have a conversation.
You'll find out.
You can meet anybody you want to meet in this world. People are like, oh, I can't get in front of that guy. I want to talk to him about a job. Hit him in a car. And then you're talking to him.
Why are
Right,
you
then-
obsessed with another man?
Then they're going to call Pound Hurt. They're going to call Kemp Rouge and Green, your car accident team. And then they're going to go after me for rear. Oh, my neck. Oh, it's so sore. Oh.
Listen,
Yeah.
you want to meet somebody? Smack into him.
How's your transmission?
Loose.
I got to hear a whole story about Fester's freaking transmission on the way home yesterday. Yeah, Fester gave me a ride to work yesterday. Fester drove me home yesterday.
Oh, what do you guys
And-
talk about?
Well,
Transmission.
guess what? It was a
Transmission.
freaking transmissions on the way home. Oh my! You got to hear this. Fester made a fatal error.
Fatal.
Fester told me on the way home, just out of nowhere. We're just sitting there. I'm just looking out over the Howard Franklin. I'm watching some airplanes on short final coming in over the bay on approach to runway 1 left at Tampa International. I'm just enjoying, just looking out. And then Fester just says, made a fatal error with my transmission. I'm like, what are you?
Fatal error.
Just out of nowhere. I'm like, what? And then for the next like 7 minutes, I've got to hear about Fester's transmission fatal error in his 2004 Lincoln Town Car. All right, hold on a sec. Let me take a break here so we don't get too late. I can kind of keep on track. All right, I'll tell you about Fester. Well, actually, I think Fester will tell us about his fatal automotive transmission error. And can this help you? Is this a pointer? Is this a hot tip for MJ Morning Show listeners? All right, hold on, and then we'll move on. Hold on, back in a second on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. MJ and the crew back in minutes here. First, is Pat still out? You guys were just trying to say something to me as we're getting ready to talk here, and Fester and Roxanne were like, "Hey, MJ, what do you? Is this for broadcast?"
Well, I don't know. I mean, Roxanne's trying to bust my chops because she thinks I misused a word.
He did.
All right. So, what is the question? Because you guys were obviously engaged in some kind of conversation. I was kind of tuning you out. I was over here just getting some paperwork all set up here. And so, what's the question?
It's how the definition of the word innocuous, and I'll tell you the way that Fester used it in a sentence, or you can, Fester. Do you want to say how you used it in a sentence?
Innocuous. So the word, hang on a minute. The word is innocuous.
So he asked me to find a specific photo of a specific coach. I said, that photo is not available. He goes, I don't know, just find an innocuous picture of two football players going at it. And I said, that is not the appropriate way to use the word innocuous.
You know, it depends. It could be.
I thought innocuous meant like
non-specific.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't mean non-specific.
Innocuous.
No, it means harmless.
But I guess non-specific.
Like an innocuous question is just a broad, vague question.
Right.
No, it's not. That's
Innocuous.
All right, so Fester just brought up the definition of innocuous. I don't want the Google definition.
Okay.
Go to M-W.
Yes, because Google has been pitching us wrong definitions.
Yeah, what's the matter
for-
with Google?
All right, so M-W. I want M-W. I want the Merriam-Webster. That is America's most favorite and trusted dictionary. Did you know that?
Is that what it's? Is
So,
it really?
all right, now we're on Merriam-Webster, and
Innocuous.
the word is innocuous. Producing no injury, harmless, not likely to give offense or to arouse strong feelings or hostility, inoffensive. So
neither of you knew what innocuous meant.
We do know what innocuous means.
No, you don't.
If you're looking for an innocuous photo, I see it as like non-specific. I mean,
Well, you see it that way, but yet you can't find the word non-specific in any definition of innocuous.
In all of the synonyms, non-specific is none of them.
harmless, inoffensive, innocent, benign.
But not
So, like,
benign. Benign is completely different than non-specific.
Find the. How did I get roped into this?
I don't know what's happening.
I'm on your side. MJ, I got an innocuous tumor.
That's a good thing.
So
That's a good thing.
All right. Well, that would be a benign tumor.
Yeah, I guess
You
so.
know, it's a tumor.
I thought it meant like vague or
No.
just like stock photo is an innocuous photo. but-
Innocuous has nothing to do with vague versus specificity.
Hey, guys, I just fired off an email to Max, our engineer, and to Ron DeCastro regarding the studio temperature in here. And we've put up with this now for over 2 years. And do I have to call the Bay Point Office Park Management myself? Or can I just use this 100,000 watt radio station, microphone, and transmitter to like file my grievance again? We are all sweating. I mean, Roxanne, I see sweat on your forehead.
Yeah, I like to say that I'm glowing in here, but no, it's sweat.
Oh my God. Hey, Froggy, how hot is it in here?
It's ridiculous. I'm going to bring my leaf blower in tomorrow. I mean, I need movement. I need air movement. That's why I need to sleep with the 2 fans.
It is a joke. So
Can we get a fan? Can we get a fan in here?
Can you go online and see if there's what was that? Andrew? Andrew's like mouthing and yelling, and he's looking like Coco the monkey in the producer's booth. Yes.
I was just saying I can go grab a fan right now if you want.
Yeah,
It's gonna be loud.
It makes
Yeah.
a noise, and then I got going on in the background. I just don't know why the hell they can't. Hey, Fester, go to Google and just type in like Bay Point Office Park Management. I'm calling their flipping number. I'm going to leave a message.
Can we get a window unit in here?
My God.
Something.
But we've been complaining about this for a while, and the issue is that the building, the air conditioning is it's not balanced. You'll walk down hallways, and I'm telling you, if you got one of those little laser thermometers and you put it up to the vent, you got 55-degree air coming out of this. You've got some places in this building that are cold as a freezer, and then our studio with the 4 of us inside here, Roxanne and Fester, and Fester counts as 8 people,
Right.
and Froggy and myself, and we're just sweating like pigs in the studio. Bay Point Commerce Center. All right. Opens 9 a.m. Hang on. I'm calling them up.
Did you know that people in the sales department, literally all they complain about is how cold it is over there?
you
That they have
kidding
to
me?
bring like parkas and sweatshirts and
I'm
all
gonna
these.
tell. I'm gonna tell them we're breaking the lease. That's what I'm gonna tell them. 5, 7, 6, 14. All right. So what happens here? I hope they have voicemail. Do they have?
No, someone just picked up.
So yeah, we're working.
You got it. All right. So, can you pick up the phone?
Yeah, somebody pick.
Andrew, pick up the phone. It's
Hey, how are you?
yeah.
This is-
Fester has it.
This is Fester from the MJ Morning Show and one of your biggest tenants, Beasley Media.
It's an answering service.
Is this an answering service or is this like the actual Koger Bay Point facility?
It used to be called Koger.
Oh, this is an answering
I
service.
talked. Of course, it's an answering service
hold on.
picking up at 6:26 in the morning.
I'm on the radio. You're not, but I'm trying to figure out who we're talking to. So thank you for bearing with me.
Can we talk to them on the? Can we talk to them on the radio? Because I need to dictate a message.
Can I have you talk to my friend MJ here on the radio, and so he could dictate a message for you to give to Bay Point Management? He has a complaint he'd like to lodge, and I believe you're the appropriate.
Yeah, I got a complaint to
person
lodge.
it with.
Okay,
hold on for me,
All right.
and it'll be his name is MJ, and he'll lodge his complaint.
All right. So
right.
we can talk to the answering service.
Her answer is absolutely. So
Okay.
please.
All right. Hi, good
Roger
morning. It's MJ Morning Show, Q105. We're on the air. Hi, good morning. How are you?
Doing great, sir. How are you?
Fantastic. Now, are you a local answering service?
We are.
All right, excellent. Have you ever heard of the MJ Morning Show on Q105?
I have.
Well, that's fantastic. Hey, can you get a little louder for me?
Can you hear me better now?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's 100% better. 100% louder.
This is great.
All right. So, you're the answering service. So you answer. Your company answers what 24/7 when the Bay Point Commerce Center offices are closed.
Correct.
Okay. So we're doing our show. It's 6:28 now. We just started the show at 6 a.m. We're on 6 to 10 every morning here on Q105, and our studio is hot as hell, and they can't seem to fix it. So the MJ Morning Show, we've been back for 2 years now, a little over 2 years, and we've been just trying to rectify the situation. We are all sweating. It is just past 6 o'clock. We still have hours to go, and literally, I've got sweat coming down my forehead. Fester counts as like 5 people,
Yes.
so you can imagine. Are you laughing at that?
I am.
That is pretty funny.
The answering service gives us no emotion. She's stone cold the whole time, and then you say I'm the size of 5 people, and she chuckles. I love her.
Anyway, do you mind? Can I dictate a message?
Absolutely. Go ahead whenever you're ready.
All right, and then what happens? How do they get the message at the Bay Point Commerce Center management office?
Once I get the information from you, I deliver it directly to the engineer's cell phone that's on call for the overnight or morning.
Okay, all right. Well, thank you. All right. Here, you ready? Are you good? Can you take down things pretty fast?
Absolutely. Can I have your phone number, though, just in case they want to talk to you?
Yeah, 800-990-1047. Oh, wait a sec. We can give you Fester's cell number. Yeah, we can give you Fester's cell number over the air because Froggy's been giving that out for 2 years.
You can call 813-310-8444,
That's
man.
right. So 2 numbers, 800-990-1047 is the studio line, and then you can call Fester's private cell phone. What is that?
813-310-8.
Froggy, slow down.
I got it. 813-310-8444.
That's
Yes,
it.
that is
You've heard it before.
That is Fester's private cell phone number, which, by the way, he's contacted weekly by hundreds and hundreds of listeners.
I mean, you can keep the number yourself and send me a message anytime. It's okay.
All right, so the message is, here we go, as follows. Let's begin. MJ, here we go. MJ and crew from the MJ Morning Show on Q105 called in, and they are sweating like pigs.
Yes, sir.
For over 2 years now, they've been complaining that the air conditioning in the Q105 studio is effed. All right.
So that's the F and then an apostrophe and then an
ED.
ED. Okay.
Yeah.
Or you
I
could-
just a D.
Or
Yeah.
you could do F and then like the star and the ampersand and and then ED at the end or something. And we just got to get this fixed. I mean, we are working in inhumane conditions. And what will it take to get the air conditioning in the MJ Morning Show Q105 studio fixed? The conditions are unbearable,
Untenable.
and we're in January, and it's just you can imagine what it's like in like July and August here. Are you still taking all this down?
I am.
Oh, that's great.
All right. So ask the engineer to imagine what it's like in August.
All right, so if you could say, if there's an engineer on duty, tell him to sprint, don't walk, to run right now to the Q105 studio. Come on up in the building, and I want him to sweat his ass off and experience what we're experiencing right now.
Absolutely. I'll get this over to him for you right away.
You've been delightful, by the way.
Oh, can we get a read back?
Thank you.
Just to
Well,
verify.
I do have limited space, so I wasn't able to put everything that you put in there, but I just put the studio's extremely hot and needs temp adjusted ASAP.
Did you mention that?
Well, this is an ongoing problem. This is not like a one-off. This has been going on for the 2+ years that we've been back.
Yes, sir. I put in there ongoing issues.
Were you able to put in sweat our asses off?
No, I can't put that in there.
Can you edit a little bit to fit the characters? All right.
I mean, not without putting in that you guys are extremely hot and you need ASAP service.
Could you put, we're about to collapse.
I will let them know verbally.
We're about to pass out and collapse.
All right. So hold on. Is it me or is this like the best answering service?
This is the best answering. This is the best answering service experience ever.
Ever.
I give you 5 stars on Google right now.
This is amazing.
Awesome.
All right. And what's your first name?
My name is Melanie.
And Melanie, you're based here in Tampa Bay?
Absolutely, right here in St. Petersburg.
Oh, fantastic. Hey, Melanie, when do you get off work?
11 a.m.
Oh, I was going to say, you want to come by and feel the studio temperature?
Absolutely not.
All right. All right. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Thank you, Melanie.
Thank you, you guys, too. We'll get you guys some service as soon as possible.
Well, again, it's like 2 years here. Anyway, have a great day. Thank you.
I wish we had one of those.
Thank you. You guys have fun today.
Bye-bye. We will.
One of those
Look at that.
cards that you could fill out for the service and how great it was.
Right?
Oh, man, that was a great answering service.
Melanie was the best.
Melody kicked some butt. Wow. All right, so let's see how quickly the engineer on duty in our office park comes by. I mean, we're not exaggerating. Roxanne, am I exaggerating?
Not a bit. No, every single day that I'm at work, I think that there might be something wrong with me because of how much I'm sweating.
Yeah.
Like you're having hot flashes or something?
Diabetes, sweats.
You're having
Just some sort of
early onset hot flashes at, at 26
yes,
years old?
early onset
Yeah.
or some sort of detoxification malfunction.
Right. All right. And then I got the Fester issue here. We didn't even get to this. So Fester drives me to work yesterday. Fester drove me home. And in the middle of the drive home, we're on the Howard Franklin Bridge. I'm just looking out. I'm just looking south down over Tampa Bay. I got planes getting ready to land at Tampa International, fly right over that western end of the eastern end of the bridge.
I mean, because the Lincoln Town Car does deliver a very smooth ride.
All right. So Fester then just blurts out, I made a fatal mistake. I'm like, what?
I made a fatal mistake.
Fester made a fatal mistake with his Lincoln Town Car.
Well, fatal means someone died or something died.
Well, guess what? His car's about to die, apparently.
It might be the car.
All right. Now, I went a little long with the answering service, and that was spontaneous. That was unplanned. So I hate to do this, but I promise. I don't want to get too late. I don't want to get off track. Let me take a quick break. And the first thing when we get back, the fatal mistake that Fester made with his car, and I had to listen to this for 8 minutes on the way home yesterday. And then we'll get into the early morons in the news. It's all next on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. Stand by. Hey, All right, 6:43 at the MJ Morning Show. I got a big, giant pile of early morons in the news. Get to that here momentarily. First, though, the Fester situation and my drive home. I apologize for all those that have been waiting for this, because I know this could be the most compelling content of the morning regarding Fester's fatal automobile issue here. So I'm driving home with Fester. Fester drove me to work yesterday. He picked me up at the house, took me back after the show after 10. And we're on the Howard Franklin, and Fester just out of nowhere says, I made a fatal error with the car. And I've been trying to tell Fester to get hold on a minute. All right, dude, come in here and sweat your ass off. All right, we gotta figure this out. All right, I'm sorry. What is that? What is that? Wait a minute. You don't wait a second. Hold. Come on in here. Come on in here. I gotta hear this.
Just shout.
Hold on. I step up to the microphone. Oh, you're good.
He doesn't want it.
All right. So what's the story?
The property management does not provide you air until 7 a.m. Beasley has supplemental units that provide you air the remainder of the time.
What kind of lease is that you don't provide us air conditioning until after 7 a.m.?
It's not up to him.
That's what you pay for.
Well, hold on. What was that?
I've explained it to you. If you're good, you're good.
All right. Well, hold on. Hold on.
me.
Did you say we get what we pay for?
Correct. You have a lease. Right.
We got to get the hell out of this place. Oh, hey, thank you, though. I appreciate you stopping by.
Thank you.
Who is that guy?
I've seen him before.
I'll tell you what. The answering service. They
Exceptional. I mean, if this place,
how's that for customer service?
they are getting their money's worth from that answering service.
Oh my!
Hold on.
I'll tell you what though. I give that dude, whoever that dude was. The response was very fast.
Timely.
Like what that guy? Who was that?
Guys, hold on. Did he say that his office isn't responsible for the air conditioner until 7 a.m.?
Yes.
Which is in 14 and a half minutes?
It's 14 minutes from now.
I saw that guy in the hallway going, I'm looking for MJ, and I'm like, oh God, I don't know what this is about. And then he just walks up here, stands at the door.
Oh, this has been a bizarre first hour here on the MJ Morning Show.
Dude.
Really? Hey, Andrew, were you able to get him on camera with Froggy's angle?
Barely. He was too far out the doorway.
Okay, all right.
That was awkward.
Wow.
Was that not strange?
I mean, he's doing his job.
Yeah, he did. I mean, he came and
Well, listen,
acted on it.
Oh yeah, I guess he's doing what he's got to do. I don't have a personal grievance against that guy.
Is that the golf cart guy?
I mean, there's like a golf cart team.
They've got a bunch of golf carts running around this place.
Wow.
Which, by the way, I got to be honest. The golf carts are on regular streets, and that's got to be a liability. If what happens if a truck or a car plows into these little flimsy golf carts they're driving around in? At least give them little Ford Focuses or something.
I mean, this guy wants to start lodging complaints.
That was bizarre. We don't pay for air conditioning here until 7 a.m.
And then he essentially said, "You get what you get."
Well, you get what you pay for. Something
That's
like
what
that.
I say to my kids. You get what you get, and you're happy with it.
Yeah.
Well,
is lazy air a thing? What service are we using?
So Michelle's father, because Michelle's father was a U.S. Marine. He's now deceased, buried in Arlington. We went to Arlington for the burial back in 2015. And Michelle's U.S. Marine Corps gunnery sergeant father used to say to Michelle, you get what you get and you don't get upset.
Well, we're upset.
Yeah, I'm very upset here. I mean, we're sweating like pigs in here.
Dude, one day I was volunteering in my kid's kindergarten class, and the teacher said, "You get what you get, and you don't pitch a fit."
Now that's a good one.
And I was like,
that rhymes well.
Sit down, you little brat.
Was it you get what you get and you don't pitch a fit?
I don't know. She had like a speech impediment. It probably wasn't the best
All
for,
right, so
for kindergarten.
we just can't seem to get Fester's little fatal error on the air here. All right, I still have early morons in the news I got to get to. All right, Fester, on the way home, Fester just blurts out, I made a fatal error with my car. And I've been trying to get Fester to dump this 2004 Lincoln Town car for a long time now.
So my baby just rolled 185,000 miles.
Wow.
Wow.
Yes,
Ooh.
yes, that's no joke.
Things are rolling rust and rattle trap. The windshield's cracked. The windshield wipers don't work.
Hey, gets you here into home, doesn't it?
It does.
So
It
the
does.
air conditioner doesn't work, right?
The air conditioner. That's why the windows were open.
Right. So I left
Yeah.
my passenger rear window open all night with these big storms that roll
Oh
through.
no! So you have a bunch of water in there.
I have like frogs.
You have a habitat.
Great.
All right. So I was looking up maintenance to stay on top of, because I want this car to last me to 450,000 miles.
Yeah, the 2004 Lincoln Town Car.
And one of the things was change the transmission fluid and filter.
So you're looking at crap online on how to make your 2004 Lincoln Town Car last longer?
I am a top member or top contributor to the Facebook page Lincoln Town Car Lovers.
There's a Lincoln Town Car Lover forum on Facebook?
Yeah, and one of the things they said was to change the transmission fluid, occasionally. And I'm like, gosh, this car is, 20 years old. It's never been changed.
All right, so the fatal error is what?
I changed the transmission fluid, which I thought was standard maintenance. My mechanic did it, no problem. Then last week, I met a mechanic who worked on exclusively Lincolns for 25 years.
And he said what?
Oh,
Big mistake.
big mistake. You changed the transmission fluid. All downhill from here.
Oh.
He's like, your transmission's going to slip. And I was like, is that
Why?
Because all the grime and muck and dirt.
It's
all
like
got
all
moved.
the sludge has kept like the
Oh,
gears like
no.
running, and then you put fresh, clean transmission fluid in. Then the age of this pig
Yes.
starts to come out.
Oh.
Uh-huh. And lately, I've been stepping on the gas, and it's been revving but not going, and then it just kind of boom, kicks
Dude,
in.
what are you get?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think it's
So,
almost
I
time.
think I committed a fatal error in my Lincoln, and I'm kind of distraught. I'm
What
blaming
kind
myself.
of a Lincoln forum is telling you to change the transmission fluid when you're not supposed to change the transmission fluid?
I think this is what this
What
guy.
kind of crappy forum are you subscribed to that's giving you erroneous information?
Lincoln Town Car Lovers, 1999 to 2011. The third body model.
Oh, my God. All right. Anyway, so that's Fester's fatal error, and hopefully this car will drop dead soon because you're not going to put a new. How much is a new transmission? $3,500, $4,000?
I bought the car for $3,000. I mean, how much can I put into it?
Yeah, really.
On a scale of 1 to 10, if she conks, how sad will you be?
Devastated.
Oh, and it could happen like in the middle of driving.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
transmission quits like it gives you no notice.
And that's what the you forgot to mention that.
Okay,
so
so-
the mechanic told Fester, hey, you could be on 275 and Fletcher, and the transmission could just go.
You're on the side of the road, you
Yeah.
never move again.
Wow. All right, there you go. Fester's fatal error. All right, I have to push early morons in the news next. So we've got a dense early morons segment in minutes. Don't move. In moments on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. Now. 7:01, rolling up on 7:02 now at the MJ Morning Show. We were just commenting that was a very bizarre first hour here on the MJ Morning Show. Hey, is it 7 o'clock? Yeah, it is. So is our air conditioning turning on according to our lease?
Doesn't feel like it.
Now we have to file another inquiry to get them back out here.
Oh, my God.
At 7, it just starts slowly leaking out.
Michelle, my lovely wife, did extensive Jeremy Renner research yesterday. You're not going to believe this. I have to try to call Michelle up later on. Again, we wish our best to Jeremy Renner, the actor, the Hurt Locker, of course, Marvel movies, and Jeremy Renner run over by his commercial quality ski resort snowcat plow.
Did you read the details? What is he, superhuman? How is he alive?
All right, hang on. We'll get to this later on. Froggy, all the details that you know, hold on to those.
I'm holding.
You'll be called on later on to regurgitate whatever you have at the tip of your tongue, all right?
Right at the tip.
All right. Hey, folks, MJ here. Roxanne, Faster Froggy, 7:03 here on, what is this, a Thursday? Short week because we were not here on Monday, so tomorrow's already Friday. How about that? All right, early morons of the news. I'm sorry. When I hear about a domestic attack using a Christmas ornament.
A domestic attack? Okay, hold on. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
They're dangerous.
Hold on. What am I speaking Swahili over here? What do you think I said?
Well, when you said domestic attack, I thought terrorists. And I was like...
No, that was the jihadi in Times Square over New Year's Eve. That's a domestic terrorist attack.
Right. But
with a machete.
A domestic attack involving ornaments. I'm like, oh my gosh, they're really taking it to the streets.
Yeah, this is not good. Man used Christmas ornament in domestic attack, and it was an angel.
Oh, that's ironic.
Just call me angel of the morning.
Yeah.
Angel.
Spontaneous singing. I mean, is that a sign of dementia kicking in?
No, I mean,
what is he doing?
He knows the words.
You think you're some old-time singer?
No, I just, when I said angel, was that a Juice Newton's? Who did that?
That was Juice, right?
Well, I think she remade it. I think Angel of the Morning was someone else did it originally, but then I think Juice Newton did it, right?
Juice Newton.
And what was the other Juice Newton song? What was that? Playing with the Queen of Hearts, right? Playing with the Queen of Hearts.
I like that song.
Yeah, it kind of gets you going. All right, so we got a 53-year-old victim. This sucks. I mean, is this the way Christmas ought to be? We have a man that spent Christmas behind bars because allegedly he smashed his girlfriend in the head with an angel figurine on Christmas morning.
All right, was it like an angel on the tree or was it the top angel? Because those are usually pretty big.
Well, you have the tree topper. Sometimes it's an angel. Sometimes it's a star.
Mine's a star.
Yeah.
And I would use a star over an angel on all the points.
Well, the star would be very pointy and potentially more hazardous and dangerous, more stabby.
All right, that would say that you're planning out your attack. I mean,
investigators allege that Frankie Caldwell, 55, battered the victim around 7 a.m. I mean, come on. You wake up on Christmas morning, you go to the tree to open the presents. I mean, the last thing you expect is to get bashed over the head with an angel ornament. But that's what happened.
Was he on angel dust?
Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, in the package under the tree was a big old bag of angel dust. So Frankie Caldwell, 55, battered the victim around 7 a.m. with a fragile Christmas ornament, according to the police report, causing it to shatter into pieces. 53-year-old woman described in court filings as Caldwell's on and off again girlfriend of 9 years. One of those deals. Yeah, when police arrived at their apartment right here in Clearwater, ladies and gentlemen, it's another local Pinellas County story. So Clearwater police arrive at the apartment. The victim described pieces of the figurine falling down the back of her dress.
How delicate was this thing?
After being read his rights, Caldwell denied attacking the victim. What, the angel just, spontaneously attack her all by itself?
It flew.
I'm sorry, I must attack you.
Yeah,
it's an angel.
Just call me angel of the morning. Did he cue that up, Andrew, by any chance? That's your cue to cue. About 5 minutes ago, but that's all right. Well, you go to YouTube. Hello?
I know Angel of the Morning's probably not in power rotation.
So Caldwell denied attacking the victim, claiming instead that she had hit him with the angel All right, first of all, can we not use these religious symbolic figurines to attack people? If you're going to attack somebody, use like a blender. You know, use a
kitchen
toast.
appliance.
Use a toaster. I mean, don't. That's sacrilege. Don't use an angel figurine. Come on Christmas morning.
On second thought, don't use small appliances either.
Cops noted that Caldwell, who is bald,
That's in the police report?
it showed no signs on his head, while the scene was consistent with the victim's story. Yeah, the police report says, quote, the scene was consistent with the victim's account of events, that he had cracked her over the head with the angel figurine. Anyway, he was arrested on a pair of felony battery counts. He was booked into the Pinellas County Jail. He had a $7,500 bond. I don't know if he's bonded out yet. Judge ordered him to have no contact with the woman. This guy's got a fun little rap sheet. Felony battery convictions in 91 and 2016. Arrested in 2017 for allegedly elbowing his pregnant girlfriend in the mouth.
But this is his first venture into throwing Christmas ornaments.
Well, I don't know if there's a prior angel attack on his rap sheet. So
Did he use a menorah as a triton as well?
No, I don't think they're Jewish. I don't think they had a menorah. So
That's no fun.
yeah, it's terrible. I mean, don't use Christmas decoration. I mean, first of all, you don't attack. Let me be very clear. You don't attack anybody with anything. I mean, we're being a little facetious when we say use a blender. You don't
Spatula.
You don't use, but even
Anything.
But you don't use anything. But then it's like on Christmas morning using an angel ornament. Come on.
Yeah, he tainted the whole holiday. I mean, next year she's going to decorate the tree, and it's just going to be like PTSD.
That's unbelievable. All right, this doesn't work. This is not a good excuse. So you're blasting down the road at 120 miles an hour. Cops light you up. They pull you over. 19-year-old kid driving his Honda 120 miles an hour on an interstate in Iowa told the police that he jammed his foot on the accelerator, was doing 120 because a good song came on the radio.
Yeah. What
All right.
song, man?
All right, that's...
Wind Beneath My Wings?
I'd be lying if I said...
Whoa!
Yeah, baby! I'm driving along. I'm tooling along on the interstate in Iowa, man. And then I'm cranking up the radio, and this song comes on. A little Sammy Hagar. And you know what this is, don't you? Roxanne, what song is this?
I can't drive 65.
What?
What?
What is it?
65?
It's 55. 65. Come on. Anyway, that's not going to work. Oh, yeah, officer. Yeah, sorry I was doing 120. Yeah, a witness called 911 to report a reckless driver speeding and swerving all over the road. Oh, my God. So he's swerving all over the place as well. They'll take it all right.
65.
You thought it was
65 sounds better.
Wait a minute,
Sounds, yeah.
You thought it was I can't
always-
drive 65.
Do we know what song it was for real that he was cranking?
We don't.
It's like the Venga Boys or something?
Think about it. I mean, this is some awful reporting. I mean, if you tell
Right, right.
if you tell the cop a great song came on, the next question from the officer, just in the course of the investigation, is, well, what was it? And then he has to put that in his report. Officer.
I just think of Kramer when he's driving, listening to that one song, just rocking out.
What song was it?
It was some generic, horrible song.
Oh, like when they do a TV show and it's like some generic crap and it's like no real song?
Speed it up, hit the gas.
This could be one of the most annoying songs of all time.
Yeah. This make me drive fast. Hit the gas pedal on this, buddy.
Yeah, these are the Venga Boys.
There they go. Yeah.
Remember, they used this in the old Six Flags commercial with the old guy that came out of the bus.
I'm upset that we don't have the details of the song.
Yeah, we don't know what song it was.
I mean, that is a relatable feeling.
So, witness called 911 to report a reckless driver that was speeding and swerving all over the road. Sheriff's deputies spotted the suspect. The vehicle flew by him at over 100 miles an hour. When the car was subsequently pulled over more than 2 miles up Interstate 380, the driver, 19-year-old Nicholas Bernard, reportedly admitted to going at least 120 at one point and explained that he reached the top speed because a really good song came on the radio in his 2006 Honda Accord EX. Guess what? If it wasn't an EX, I don't think it could do $120.
I know, I'm saying.
Yeah, that EX model, man, whoo, like a NASCAR. Bernard was only facing a speeding citation when he opened the glove box to retrieve the registration, but then a deputy spotted a large amount of marijuana shoved in his glove box.
Oh, come on.
Can't do that.
So can you imagine? You're pulled over for doing 120, reckless driving, you're weaving and swerving, you blow by a deputy at over 100 miles an hour, you get pulled over, you open up your glove box to get your registration and insurance, and there's a whole bag of marijuana in the glove box.
Dude,
That's
why
usually-
would you do that? Why would you drive so fast if you know you're carrying?
Yeah.
What a bonehead.
I mean, a good song came on, Froggy.
Oh, yeah.
You forgot.
I can't drive 65
Answer
came
your own
on.
question.
Yeah. A subsequent search of the vehicle also turned up a smoking pipe, other drug paraphernalia. Anyway, the people that have like illegal crap in their car and they've got like burned out turn signals or they drive recklessly or they speed. I mean, what kind of imbecile are you if you already have illegal crap in your car? Yeah,
They're asking for intervention.
of course you are. All right, 7:14 at the MJ Morning Show on Q105. All right, Roxanne, you've got a massage story you want to tell. A Thursday morning. Hey, folks, thanks for listening to the MJ Morning Show. We highly appreciate it. Hey, quick note, if you listen to us in the car, so if you're driving to work, you're listening to us in the car, when you get to work, make sure you continue listening. You might have a smart speaker. You can continue listening on your phone. Use any of the streaming apps, whether it's the iHeart app. We're not an iHeart radio station, but we're on the iHeart app. We are on the TuneIn app. We're on the Odyssey app, formerly radio.com. We're on all of these apps. You can even go to, the MyQ105 app and just stream us. I mean, right over your phone. Like, well, I don't have a radio at work. No, you do. You have a smartphone. You have a radio. So make sure you keep listening to the MJ Morning Show because you never know what the hell you're going to miss. All right, Roxanne, you got to talk about this massage story because you just gave me bits and pieces and remnants here, and I got to be honest, I'm intrigued. So if you want to hear about Roxanne and a masseuse's hands on her body and then where the conversation developed from there, we'll get to that momentarily. Also, we've got an armpit issue. That's another item coming up here in just a few minutes. Right around 7:45, the armpit issue here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Stand by.
Beyond our sweaty armpits that we all have right now because of the studio.
Yeah. Hey, did you find the video of that, Andrew?
I did.
All right. How long is the video that you found? Is it like a minute or so? This is insane. All right, so Andrew just found the video I was looking for. It's surveillance footage, and you want to talk about instant karma? Arsonists were, for some reason, lighting a tax preparation business on fire. And it backfired, and it catches them on fire while they're, like, spraying gasoline on a building.
Oh, yeah, that's not good.
Oh, man. What would precipitate somebody lighting like a tax preparation company on fire? Are they angry because the refund was not as big as they thought?
I was about to say, maybe they didn't secure you your maximum refund.
Or maybe just the frustration of having to gather all the paperwork.
This is crazy. By the way, they also do immigration and naturalization services as well. So
no. I'm pissed about my 1099.
I don't know whether it was taxes or the naturalization and immigration services. All right, here's the deal. And we've got video. You've got to see this. You got to see it. You got to go to America's favorite arson show. All right. All right. So a video has emerged. Two suspects, two arsonists in California, they light themselves on fire during the attack, and one could be heard yelling, "Ah!" I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Fire hurts, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Happened early Monday morning at a place in Bakersfield. The company provides immigration and naturalization services as well as tax services.
Oh, I used to live there in Bakersfield.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
You lied.
That's who her
I
husband
absolutely
played for,
did.
right?
Bakersfield Blaze, yes.
You lived in
Bakersfield Blaze. Oh my gosh, fire. That was the mascot.
The Bakersfield arsonists.
All right.
Why you live? Oh, with your first husband?
Yes, and so you fly into LA. I mean, you can fly into Bakersfield, but you fly into LA and then you drive in.
Speaking of armpits, isn't Bakersfield an armpit?
That's what I was getting at.
Yeah.
When you drive down into the valley, it starts to smell what I call crystal meth. I mean, I don't know what that smells like, but it's so
yes,
chemically.
You do.
It's so.
Was your ex-husband like, honey, I got signed? You're like, where? Bakersfield. Oh.
So this is your first husband, Paul, who was a minor league baseball player.
Yeah, how it works is the Rays organization, they have various clubs, single A, high A.
And they had Bakersfield?
And one of their clubs was Bakers in California.
Oh, so weird.
So this happened early Monday morning. Footage was taken from a Ring security camera. Two unidentified masked individuals approached the business and douse it with gasoline. One of the individuals leans over to ignite the gasoline, but once doing so, the inferno then engulfs him and his cohort on fire. Yeah, the suspected arsonist who started the blaze is seen running away with flames trailing from their leg, trying to flee the fire. Ah! That's literally, that is what you hear on the video. One of the individuals is heard screaming before running off with apparently their lower back and their butt on fire.
That's awful.
Let your ass on fire.
Where can I see the video?
We will have it up momentarily. Andrew, is it up on videos mentioned yet on the MJ Morning Show?
It will be in a minute or so.
All right, give us 1 minute.
Or so.
So if you want a deterrence from committing arson, I mean, first of all, you people that think you can cleanly just use a gas can and throw gasoline on something and then just light them. If you're holding a gas can, or let's say if you have some fumes on you, or you've got some residue on you, it's on your hands, and then you strike a match or you flick a Bic to light it on fire. You're insane for doing this. Oh, yeah. Total separation between the gas I just spewed everywhere and the fact that I'm about to light things up. Yeah, they lit it up already.
It's really all about the fumes. I mean, if you want to get technical, I guess you're better off using diesel.
All right, we stop giving arson tips.
I'm not trying to give tips.
For Mr. Turkey Fryer over here.
I'm not trying to give arson tips, however.
But you know a little something.
The flames were put out after about 10 minutes. The business owner, Max Solorzano, told a local television station 23 ABC that the city of Bakersfield needs to do more to keep locals protected. They have to work harder in that aspect to keep the community safe. We're a small business. We help many people. So there'll be people who will not be able to receive our services due to inactivity. This is what saddens me most. We help many farm worker families with their immigration processes. We help people do taxes. We ask our clients to have patience with us. And now you get these. What was the motive? Was it immigration or was it tax related on why these two guys wanted to torch this tax and immigration business?
Or was it just because they live in Bakersfield and there's nothing to do there?
Well, there you go.
Probably that.
So did you commit arson how long did you live in Bakersfield, California?
From very specifically from April of 2001 until September 13th of 2001.
Oh, wow.
Right.
So right after 9/11. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, so I'm looking at the Bakersfield Blaze back in 2001.
We were going to go to the playoffs.
The postseason was canceled against San Jose because of 9/11.
Due to 9/11?
Yep.
Roxanne Wilder was devastated. Husband Paul put on 40 pounds and was kicked out of the league next year. Wow, all that's on Wikipedia?
Wow. He looked like Brendan Fraser in Whale.
I want to see that movie.
It's all on Wikipedia.
It's not on Wikipedia.
I'm
reading over your shoulder
Hold on.
now.
I'm having a brain fart here. Is it Brendan Fraser or Brandon?
Brendan.
It's Brendan.
Yes. Right?
All right, now, what's the deal?
Dude, that guy's going to win an Oscar.
Hang on a minute. Somebody explain this to me. I've seen all the pictures of Brendan Fraser. I'm aware that the movie's called Whale. Did he gain all that weight, or is that a prosthetic, or is it CGI?
Yeah.
No, he gained 700 pounds for the role, MJ.
So he had a
That's commitment.
That's commitment.
so he
That's
had
getting
a,
into character.
He had a fat suit.
Yes.
Is the movie out?
I don't know, but I heard it's fantastic.
Yeah,
it's out.
Did I hear something about there being a controversy because he wore the fat suit?
You know what? That's right. I did see something like that. So all I know is I've seen a bunch of stories. I haven't read any of them. So I'm serious.
Did you see his big fat face and you laugh?
All I see is the picture of Brendan Fraser as the whale. What is the movie about?
It's about a big guy that they have to break down walls to get out of a house.
Oh, here we go. Brendan Fraser in a fat suit in The Whale.
Yeah.
But how did they get all like the big giant, neck fat and like the four chins? That's all a prosthetic?
I mean, you sit in the makeup chair for a couple hours.
He had to do that every day, and he was still more comfortable than we are in the studio.
I think you're right. It is still. So the air conditioning was supposed to come on at 7 a.m. and What's the story that even when the air conditioning comes on, it's so hot in here, it'll take hours for this.
Yeah.
So the room gets cool after the show is over.
Right. And I guess since we're down the line is what everyone keeps saying, where our location in this building, that it probably just takes long. I don't know. It takes long to get here.
We had a very bizarre first hour. We dealt with the answering service for our business park complex. Then apparently the engineer on duty, who we left a message for him to come right to our studio to feel this sweat box that we're working in because the air conditioning never works. He comes by and we have a very awkward exchange with him on the air.
That was weird.
It was. So folks, I'm telling you right now, if you missed hour number 1, go back later on. So after the show's over, once our podcast is posted everywhere, you can always search for MJ Morning Show Podcast on Q105. Do a Google search. You'll find all the platforms we're on, or just go to mjmorningshow.com and you can listen to the show. You got to hear hour number 1. It was one of the most bizarre first hours we've ever had. And it'll be on the podcast later on, or you can watch MJ TV. MJ TV. Oh, and there's a new feed. We got to talk about this. There's a new feature on MJ TV. You can watch us do the entire morning show live. I'm looking right into my camera right now. Multiple cameras in the studio. If you go to mjmorningshow.com, top of the page, you'll see MJ TV. You click on that. When we're doing the show live, 6 to 10, you can watch the live stream. But then after the show's over, the video package, the whole stream is available for you to watch. And you can go back and watch any of our previous shows and how we do it in the studio. Now, before I move on here, the new feature. Hey, Andrew, when did this new feature start? Was it when we came back from break, or was it before break?
It was after break.
So we just came back on Tuesday. It just started on Tuesday?
I started using it yesterday.
Okay,
All right.
so we're finding out about it this morning.
I'm just finding out about this. And what it is when we go to commercial break now, it doesn't put up some boring-ass title card. Hey, MJ Morning Show, will be right back. The camera stays on in the studio. And it sort of shades it a little bit, but you can still see us like running around. There's no audio, but you can still see us like behind the scenes during the commercial break. So hopefully that's a lot more interesting than just, hey, the MJ Morning Show will be back in a few minutes. You want to hear about the Mother of the Year, Roxanne?
Love to.
And then we'll get into your armpit situation. So hold on.
Or the massage.
Massage first,
Yeah.
then armpit.
We have two.
A lot of body parts.
We have 2 Roxanne body part situations.
We
going
do.
on.
We do. So if you want to hear about Roxanne and her body part issues, hold on. Get to it in a second. This is terrible. A teenage girl. Have you seen this? A teenage girl who was a victim of cyberbullying. I mean, nasty cyberbullying anonymously. The girl then discovers that the anonymous piece of crap that was trolling her online with all kinds of hate messages was her own mother.
What?
Can you believe this?
That's a trippy mind control thing to do to your kid.
Kendra Gale Lakari from Michigan abused her very own daughter online, was using all kinds of like juvenile teenage slang to
Like slut shaming her and stuff?
To throw her off.
Whoa.
Oh. I'm just trying to think.
Where are you coming up with slut?
Wow.
Slut shaming.
No.
All right, Roxanne, I want you to think of a random phrase right now. What is it? Oh, slut shaming.
I'm trying to picture what she's doing. Like, was her daughter wearing sleazy clothes, and then the mom's going on and bullying her in character as a teen? I don't know.
She was using juvenile slang and like I guess the abbreviations, and to prevent her from being identified, she was arrested after a year-long investigation. The FBI was even called in to help search for the cyberbully that was making this teenage girl miserable. Now, even though the mother, Kendra Gale Lakari, used a VPN, which is a virtual private network, to try to mask or disguise where the internet connection is coming from, The juvenile slang that was used made it look like it was being written by a boy or a girl of around the same age. But police and the FBI were ultimately able to connect the messages to mommy.
Whoa.
Okay, back up just one step here.
Insane.
Because
It
when
is.
this investigation started, I doubt the little girl called the cops. It was probably the mom who called the police, right?
She complained to the school.
Oh, to the school.
And the
Okay.
school initiated the
The
investigation.
school did. Okay.
The school, I'm getting to all this, guys. Why are you jumping ahead here? Oh, you and your slut shaming over here. All right. So after the victim turned to her mother for help, she then also talked to the school, and either the mother or the school or a combination then apparently alerted authorities, even went as far as to cooperate with the mother of the daughter's boyfriend at the time to help find the cyber bully. The girl was getting up to a dozen nasty, bullying, horrific messages a day.
What?
Now, school authorities, they tried to help. Local law enforcement in this small town they lived in Michigan, they apparently didn't have the resources. They call in the FBI. Isabella County, Michigan prosecutor David Barbary told a local radio station, quote, "When the case first came to our office, it was strange and almost unbelievable. This is a continuous campaign of abuse. We're talking about several hundred text messages. There are more than 1,000 pages of text in the file. The messages were mostly disturbing, humiliating, and mean text messages, but there were also other messages online and emails, apparently. After computer experts from the FBI identified that the messages came from Lakari's phone, she broke down under the intense interrogation and confessed that she was behind the bullying spree against her very own daughter.
Unless you're like some amazing computer whiz dark web expert, the FBI can probably pretty easily figure out anything involving computers.
And of course, using a computer to commit a crime is a felony. There's a potential 10-year prison sentence ahead of the mother here.
Wow.
So if mom goes up the river for 10 years, does the bullied daughter go to visit mom on visiting day?
Just sends her an email.
Yeah. Boy, she's going to have a lot of counseling to go to undo all this that mama did to her.
So using a computer to commit a felony could land her up to 10 years in prison. But also, enhancement here, the mother's also charged with stalking a minor and obstruction of justice, and both of those could carry an additional 5 years behind bars.
I mean, the kid can never say her mother didn't think about her.
Oh, come
Yeah, the next hearing is going to happen January 12th. So, Fester, do me a favor. Let's follow this story. Let me hand you the item here. Put that in the Fester follow-up
Hey,
file.
this is from Melissa in St. Pete, and
Yeah.
I was having the same exact thought. And she said it sounds like digital Munchausens by proxy. Right? Is this a new digital?
No, but she's not getting.
She torments the
No,
kid to make
Oh,
herself
she's not
feel
getting the
better.
attention.
Now,
right.
Well, hold on. Now, Munchausen by proxy, that's when, like, a mother will intentionally harm the child, keep it secret, and then appear to try to come to the rescue or help the child
But she may have been
through the self-created problem
Right.
in the first place.
Okay, so was
And
that
then-
happening? Yeah.
So digital Munchausen by proxy, but I don't see where the mother tried to come to the assistance or the aid of the
Yeah.
daughter.
Well, listen,
And she's not getting any sympathy from other
Right.
people, which is why they do that.
Okay.
For
Right.
years, I thought Munchausen was like eating all the food in your house.
Munch my house down.
Munch house.
Munch house down.
Festa's got Munch house by proxy.
I overheard my grandfather tell my dad, "Hey, boy's gonna eat you
Oh.
out of
I'm going to
house
eat
home."
and I'm going to eat. I'm going to munch that house down.
And wait a sec. And what if your eating spree contains that popcorn and caramel concoction.
Oh, Crunch and Munch?
Crunch and Munch by proxy.
Mm.
It's Crunch and Munch.
Crunch and Munchausen by proxy.
That's what I just said.
She's just
You're just
I
saying
added
it.
the Hausen.
she's just saying it funnier.
Okay, all right. So,
Crunch
do
and
they,
Munchausen.
do they still make Crunch and Munch?
Yes,
All right.
yeah, man.
All right.
Listen, you get like 2 ounces of it in a big box.
That's right.
I mean,
Don't you love those packages? Or like the movie theater boxes. You get the giant cardboard box, and there's like just a little bit of product inside. All right, so Roxanne, we got to talk about your body.
Okay.
All right,
This is fun. Everybody's going to learn something. Not about my body, but about
all right, so
massages.
let's talk about the massage first,
Okay.
and then it's a perfect segue into the armpit issue.
Okay, because you definitely don't get your armpits massaged.
All right.
Unless you want to, right?
Yeah, go do it.
First, the massage issue. Go ahead.
Okay, so over break, I was here working at the station doing my midday shift, and I was like, I need a massage day. I've got like Michelle, your wife, has 50 banked. I've got so many banked.
All right. I don't have any idea how many, because during the pandemic, Michelle, her credit card is still getting, nicked for, I think, $49 a month at Massage Envy.
So
And they're just loading up.
a little back information. If you have an account or you're a customer of these once a month massage places,
Yeah.
you get a massage. If you don't use it, you have it banked.
Right, and everybody got a bunch of them banked during COVID.
I tell you what, Michelle
Right?
has her massages banked until like 2030. I don't think, seriously. So, hey, Michelle, if you're listening, when are you going to go back to Massage Envy and start cashing in these massages? Anyway, all right, so what's the story?
So I call and I say, I've got time. I get out of work a little early.
Was it Massage Envy?
No, it wasn't Massage Envy. It was a different one. And so then I go and they say, do you want a man or a woman? I'm like, I have a woman. And they're like, we only have men available. And so I said, okay.
Hold on.
What?
Clarify. You prefer male or female masseuses?
Female.
You prefer a female masseuse. All right.
But I'm in a pinch because the only person who's available is a man. So I'm like, okay, fine. So I go and get this massage, and it was really, really, really good. I haven't had a male massage in a long time. And so
That's what she said.
Oh, God, no. Not again.
I don't know if that applies.
All right, whatever.
Yeah.
it's a stretch.
All
It's a stretch. Okay. So then I go again, like 3 days later. I call but I say, hey, do you have a female available? So I go with this female, and I told her we're talking beforehand, and I said, I got to tell you, Austin gave me a massage a couple days ago, and he's really good. Whatever he did, I like that. Because she was asking me what I like. I go, Austin's good. So she said, well, yeah, he is one of our best masseuses. But she goes, the secret about Austin, or not secret, but she says the thing about Austin is Austin doesn't like feet.
All right.
Oh.
Right?
All right. So you go to Austin. Austin was good.
Austin was good.
Then you book a female.
Yeah.
And then you're talking
Wendy.
about
Yeah.
then Wendy.
Uh-huh.
So you're talking to Wendy the masseuse about Austin the masseuse.
Right.
And then Wendy says, the thing about Austin, he doesn't like feet.
Yes. So then I'm trying to think back. Did Austin skip my feet? And I couldn't really remember. But then, so I get a little bit more information from Wendy. I'm like, what do you mean? She goes, well, that's the thing with masseuses. Massage therapists, excuse me. Either we love feet or we hate feet. There's never an in between.
What?
So, yes.
Don't they have to rub feet, though?
I mean, if
Part
they
of the-
want to.
But-
I mean, is a foot included
Doesn't mean
in a
they
full
like it.
body massage?
Yeah.
You've got these places like in New York
That only do feet.
and other places where it's like just foot massage.
Exactly.
Do they have those locally?
They
just like
do.
foot massage places?
I went to one of those. Yes, they do.
All right.
Sometimes you get more than just a foot massage, but
I don't understand. What do you mean?
okay. So, anyways, I didn't go to
what
those
hold
places.
on. What do you mean,
Wait,
Roxanne?
what are you saying?
If I go to a place that advertises foot massage,
you
what
s-
else do they rub? My calf?
Are you saying there are some foot
But
massage?
work their way up.
Are you
Some
saying there are
places.
some foot massage places that are fronts for other?
I have never been to those places, but yes.
I need addresses
okay.
now.
Yeah.
Froggy and I are going to investigate.
All right. So what's
So
the
she
deal?
tells me, she goes, I love feet, but some don't. So then a week later, actually the day I was texting you guys, remember that day I was like, guys, I'm a lady of leisure. I just get massages during break. I had just gotten done with a 90-minute massage by my house.
Okay.
So this person, I go in, again, only a guy, or no, I booked a woman. But
How
then
many
they did
different
this,
massage places do you go to?
This is.
Well, it's the same company,
Okay, this
but
is a-
there's one by my
All
house.
right, hold on,
Okay.
hold on. This is a really confusing massage story. There's been 3 massages over the course of 10 days. Right? Okay. The first one was with Austin. The second one's with Wendy. Number 3 is with.
Number 3 is with a guy. because they did the switcheroo on me. So I
you had
booked a woman.
You had a female booked, but then
Yes.
they switch you to the guy.
And they call you and they say, "Is that okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's fine," because I had 90 minutes set out to get this done. So he's asking me beforehand. You know how they always ask you, "Okay, are you okay with me working on your glutes? Are you okay with me working on your feet?" They'll go through those points with you. And so when he said, are you okay with the feet?" And I go, "Yes, if you're okay with the feet." I said, "I know. I found out the little secret about all you massage therapists that you either love feet or hate feet. And so you massage my feet if you want to. If you don't like feet, don't worry about it." Let me tell you, I think I got an hour foot massage. Like that.
So he was a foot lover?
He was a foot fetish massage
So it's like the foot lover's pizza?
You're like, listen,
Did you go, my feet are on Wiki Feet?
I just want you to know.
Oh, that's true. Fester surreptitiously took pictures of my feet and put them on a creepy website called Wiki Feet. Folks, true story. There's a Wiki Feet website, and Fester took pictures of Roxanne's feet in sandals and posted them, and Roxanne's feet were actually the foot of the day like a year ago on Wiki Feet.
Let's see what your numbers are up to.
Yeah, let's not.
Is that it with the foot issue?
Well, but think about this. Is this not mind-blowing information? Now when you go to get a massage,
you got to find out
need
whether
to ask the person when they say to you, "Do you want your feet done?" They may hate doing feet, so you have to throw it back to them.
But if they recommend, do you want your feet done? You would think that they will do the feet. If they don't bring it up, then they don't like doing feet.
Sometimes they're just obligated because everybody assumes they're going to get a full body. It's going to include feet, and they hate that part of their job.
Or
so
do
you
they
can
ask more passively, like, "You don't want your feet done, do you?"
Roxanne, more other people are putting pictures of you on Wiki Feet. Did you know that?
What
No, I
happened,
did not.
What
I don't
happened
know.
was these photos that I submitted of Roxanne to Wiki Feet apparently were off of my cell phone because I have an amazing collection of them, and they have to be published somewhere. So they pulled all my photos down, but other people have posted pictures
Are
of
you kidding
Roxanne
me?
that's in the world. So I have to somehow publish the photos that I have on
I have
my
no idea what the hell you're saying.
Wiki Feet.
All right.
Wiki Feet's
I don't want to know anymore. Hey, by the way, is that the conclusion of the massage
Yeah.
foot story?
What did we all learn today? Ask your massage therapist.
We learned that Roxanne has like 50 massages to burn through by the end of the
Right.
year.
and then she just pops into massage places all over the Tampa Bay area. That's what we've learned today. All right, then we got to get to the armpit story, and this is a very interesting story.
We got to get to the bottom of this.
Roxanne's worried that we're going to expose the individual that is responsible for
No, I'm not worried about that at all.
Well, you are worried
Okay.
about it.
Hold on.
No, because there will be hell to pay. If
Yesterday-
that even, yeah.
yesterday-
I mean, that's not.
All right, now, before we get to this, hold on. Before we get to this, before we move on, Michelle just texted me during that segment about the massages and the fact that Michelle has like 4 years of massages built up as her card is still being charged $49 a month. Hang on a minute. Calling Michelle the bedside princess phone because Michelle, of course, is a princess. So, of course, she's got a princess phone. That's right. We still have a landline at the house, folks.
Oh, you're the one.
Hello?
And listen, notice how much better the quality of a landline sounds than a cell phone. Hey, Michelle, so you're listening, obviously, because you just texted me. How many? Do you have any idea how many massages you have banked at Massage Envy?
Probably like 7 times 12.
So that's like 84?
Yeah.
I can't do the math on that. What is it? Is it 84? 12 times 7 is 84. Yes, Fester. That's correct.
Maybe like 100 probably.
What, are you serious?
That's awesome.
In fact, it's so funny you mention this because I just said yesterday because I started working out again. I was like, oh, you know what? I'm going to go back to Massage Envy now.
All right, so are you sure?
Do you remember my dude's name? You used to know it.
Yeah, I don't.
Oh, come on.
I don't
he
remember
was
him.
so good.
This was the massage guy at Massage Envy on Neptune?
Yes.
Isn't it Chet?
I mean, it might be
No.
Chet.
No, Fester, you know who it is.
I
Skitch.
if I saw him, I would recognize him, but I wouldn't remember his name.
Why does Fester know?
The whale.
I know a thing or two. I know a guy.
Fester had the tanning
My tanning salon used to be
door.
next.
Oh, yeah, because Fester used to own the tanning salon right next to Massage Envy.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, it's
So-
South Tampa.
Tanning
Fester
salon
and
in
the dude
Tampa.
used to hang out back chatting.
All right, so, Michelle, are you sure that they've kept up with the accounting, that they have all of your massages banked?
Well, I'll just go online and double check it.
But you think you have at least 72 massages banked?
Oh, easily.
And they don't expire?
I don't think so.
You know what you need to do, Michelle? I know you would like to do this because I know how you are with your Excel spreadsheets. You should make a spread. I've done this.
Yep.
You make a spreadsheet and then schedule your self massages. How, you can probably do 3 a week and then you'll burn through them in,
Yep.
20 weeks, whatever.
I was, you know what? It's so funny. And you know how you can do the 90 minutes instead? And
Yes.
You have to get the 90 minutes. It's so good.
So if you do a 90-minute, does it
Burns 1.5.
It uses 1.5 credits?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So that's
All
what
right.
I'll be doing. 3 times a week, 90 minutes.
God, you'll
I
have it
can
all
give-
done by April.
You're
And
going
I
to be
can
jelly.
gift one like every 6 months, so I could give you one.
Give me one?
I can gift a massage like every 6 months or something, so you can get like 2 within the time frame of a year.
So-
I want to see the masseuse's face when MJ walks in.
I know,
I got to
right?
rub this thing.
Come on. All right. So you can't remember the name of the guy? Because I remember, Michelle, there was this. And also, Michelle, you don't mind a male masseuse?
Oh, no, I love a male masseuse.
Yeah, Kim just got a massage from a male.
Dude, I went to a
Strong
massage
hands.
one time, and as the person walked in the room, I heard him say under their breath, "Oh crap!" I'm like, "Hi," and they're like, "Oh."
How do I massage a beanbag chair?
First of all, how about their fingers getting all tangled up in your back hair?
Can we shave you first, whale?
They're like, "Sir, are you laying upwards or downwards? I can't tell."
Hey, sir, I just saw your movie. I just saw your Academy.
Mr. Frazier.
I just saw The Whale. You were great at it.
Fantastic.
All right. So when are you going to book your return to Massage Envy?
Starting next week.
All right. And you can't remember the guy's. Do you even know if he's there still?
Nope. I'll go online and I'll look at the list, and it'll jog my memory. Fester, you better remember it.
All right. Bye, Michelle. Oh, hey, before I let you go, and we got to get into Roxanne's armpit story. I don't know if you heard this, but the whole Jeremy Renner situation, which is really a sad story, and he was run over by a 14,000-pound snowcat. What the hell is the thing called again?
A piston bully.
A piston bully.
Bully.
Yeah, and this is like a commercial ski resort quality snowcat that they groom and do corduroy with. I mean, this is a really serious thing that rolled over Jeremy Renner. And
I don't think they sell that model anymore that he has.
all right, so here's the deal. I'm doing prep yesterday, and Michelle is just engrossed. She's on her Surface Pro. Thanks again to Don, the IT guy, for outfitting the MJ family with some Microsoft Surface Pros. DonTheITGuy.com. So Michelle is like engrossed. I'm like, what are you doing? And then she starts quoting stuff. Michelle was like nose deep in a 128-page manual for the snowcat that ran over Jeremy Renner. All right, so Michelle, can you share what you learned in the operator's manual?
Well, first of all, you're supposed to be only like a qualified person should be operating it. Second of all, it's supposed to be turned off when you get out of the machine. You're supposed to wear only certain types of shoes. It specifically talks about the fact that you could slip, like you mentioned yesterday, which is what prompted me to look it up.
I mean, there's a lot of ice involved, so that doesn't make sense.
Hey, Michelle, what did you read yesterday? Oh, the 128-page manual for the piston bully snowcat that ran over Jeremy Renner.
Did you read the entire thing?
No, I just read the safety part. It's page like 22, I think.
Okay.
Out of the
And then she's like cut and pasting and sending me messages with excerpts from the manual.
Don't you want to know?
Dude, is this guy like a real superhero or what? I can't believe he's not dead.
I know.
I know.
I mean, this is like one of those when it's your time type deals, Like, I guess it was his time, but it
Now,
wasn't. You're right.
TMZ had a little update yesterday. The TMZ story published yesterday afternoon. Jeremy Renner's chest collapsed, torso crushed by plow, according to 911 call. Now, apparently TMZ got a hold of the transcript. I don't think they've released the actual 911 call, but listen to this. Jeremy Renner was in really bad shape with serious injuries to his chest and torso, according to the 911 call placed just minutes after he was crushed by a snowcat. We've obtained The 911 emergency log, which includes notes from the call placed from the scene of Renner's accident over the weekend, the log states Renner could be heard moaning in the background of the call and that he was experiencing heavy bleeding from his head and other unknown injuries. The log also details the accident itself, stating that Renner was completely crushed by the snowcat while he was having extremely difficulty breathing. Perhaps the scariest piece provided by the log is the fact that it states the right side of Renner's chest collapsed and his upper torso is crushed. Airlifted to a local hospital from the scene of the accident. As we reported, local officials say that Renner was helping a family member get their car out from heavy snow Sunday with the snowcat. The actor stepped outside the vehicle to chat with the family member, and the vehicle started to roll. Officials say that Renner attempted to get back into the driver's seat. And
that's how it got him.
And he was crushed. So did he slip in the snow or on ice and then slipped under the tread?
Or did he get caught in the tread trying to climb up into the cab where he was like conveyor belt over and then down? Oh,
and then like a cartoon character getting caught in like a conveyor belt.
The safety instructions specifically say danger of slipping on the track when entering and exiting the driver's cab. Always take a firm grip on the handle of the driver's door when exiting the vehicle. And then it also says, before exiting the driver's cab, apply the parking brake, switch off the engine, remove the ignition key from the lock.
I told you, she's reading the manual for the snowcat that ran over Jeremy Renner.
You know what these need? You ever like hop on a jet ski and it has like that little magnet key that has to be connected for it to operate?
Exactly. Get one of those for
like
that
a boat?
snowcat.
Yeah, boats have
do they? I don't know.
Or the dead man switch, where you have to have your foot on the, like trains. Don't like train engineers, they have to have their foot on this like metal pedal. And it's like a dead man switch. If you let your foot off of the pedal, they're controlling the train with like a hand lever, but you have to have your foot on what's called the dead man switch.
So it's like if you die, then the train will stop.
That's why it's called the dead man switch.
My boat has one that you attach to you, so if you get thrown out of the boat, you don't get run over by it, Jeremy.
Roxanne has a ridiculous look of satisfaction knowing that she figured out how it's called the dead man. She's sitting here nodding her head approvingly like,
wow.
I knew that.
My God, it's like you just finished a Mensa puzzle or something.
So, like MJ, everybody knows a year and a half ago I made the third best investment in my life when I bought a pre-owned riding lawnmower.
Right. You drove out to like Auburndale to get that, didn't you?
You already sold it, didn't you?
Clewiston? I don't know. No. It was out in Polk County. Yeah. Anyway, if I get up out of the seat while I'm in operation of the lawnmower, it shuts off. You have to have...
you know what? Wait.
What?
What do we know about the lawnmower like that, MJ? What happened near my parents?
Oh.
Fester, you better be careful. I hope you're not riding it on a slope.
You got to listen to this. Yeah. So Michelle's parents, they live up in the mountains up in Rockbridge County? They live in Rockbridge County, Virginia. I mean, in the sticks. And it's hilly and everything. They had a neighbor that was riding the lawnmower and was like on a little bit of a slope on an angle. The lawnmower, Michelle, tell the rest of the story.
Well, he was just riding it, and I guess he took a turn a little bit too quick or whatever, and it slipped and flipped over on him and killed him.
Yeah, I don't have hilly property here in Tampa.
Couldn't have been a snapper.
The flattest place in the world.
Don't go up a hill, Fester.
Anyway, hey, Michelle, break in immediately if you have any more safety excerpts from the manual.
I did. I had one more thing to say.
Okay, go ahead.
This sounds like it should be a podcast.
Sounds like you want to call up Jeremy Renner in his hotel room.
Sounds like you need a hobby, Michelle.
I'm sorry.
Hospital room.
Did I say hotel room?
He's not going to be in a hotel for months.
Yeah, you're right. It sounds like you need to call up Jeremy Renner and read him this stuff in his hospital room.
When parking on a slope, be particularly careful when opening the door. The door opens suddenly.
Wow.
Well, yeah, because it doesn't have like a spring on it.
So maybe, he stopped it to help somebody, but he didn't turn it off, and then the door opened suddenly, and that's probably how he got hurt.
There we go. Excerpts from the safety operating manual for the snowcat that ran over Jeremy Renner, as read by Michelle, my lovely wife. All right, Michelle, I'll see you later.
All right, goodbye.
Love you. Bye.
Hey, when your chest gets crushed, don't your ribs explode into your heart?
Well,
and all,
but
your
that-
lungs.
yeah.
But that's a question. Did he have broken ribs in it? I don't think we have the full extent of like the whole laundry list of injuries that Jeremy Renner faced.
He's got to have some punctured lungs.
And he doesn't. He didn't look like he was just crushed by a snowcat in that picture.
He didn't look great in the hospital selfie
Yeah,
that
but he
he
didn't
took.
look dead.
They
Yeah.
only showed his face, okay? The body, neck down is what got run over.
I just don't get it.
Anyway,
Oh.
we wish the best to Jeremy Renner and that he bounces back. And they said that
He's
his
bouncy, huh?
Well, we read that his leg was messed up. I mean, is he going to walk okay? Is he going to have a limp? Are there going to be any permanent injuries, or is he going to be okay? We'll find out. Oh, by the way, the trip of the day. That's why I said hotel.
Hotel. It's trip a day.
Seriously, because Andrew's giving me the hand signals that I got to do the trip a day song mention. So that's why I said hotel. Here is today's trip a day song to win a 3-day staycation at the Wyndham Bonnet Creek Resort in Orlando. Today's song is "Let's Dance" by David Bowie. And that's going to run in the 4 o'clock hour. We'll play it today in the 4 o'clock hour. When you hear it, be the 7th caller to win the trip a day from Q105. Good luck. All right, now the armpit story. And Roxanne is terrified, mortified. She doesn't want me to reveal the individual who's responsible for the armpit issue. All right, Roxanne, this really sticks with you, doesn't it?
Okay, so
All right,
yesterday I went home.
Little bit of
Yeah.
little bit of a heads up, little bit of a preview.
Yeah.
All right.
So yesterday I went home and I told Doug, I told the guys about the armpit thing issue after the party, and I made a big mistake because I know MJ's going to want to talk about it, and he's like, the story is too good not to tell.
Oh
So,
man. So,
Has she told you, MJ, who the person is?
no.
Because, okay, MJ.
I have a very good idea.
That was sketch.
Yeah. So
No.
you had a conversation with Doug at home about the armpit
Yeah,
story.
and I was like, I made a huge mistake. I opened my big mouth and told them, and he's like, no, you have to tell that story. It's a great story.
And Doug.
And armpits.
All right. Tell the armpit story.
All right, so went to our work holiday party, had a wonderful time.
This was on Friday night,
Yes.
the 16th.
And you and I missed each other because you got there early and I got there.
I popped in. I wasn't going to show up because we were leaving for our Christmas vacation. We were leaving. We had to be at the airport at like 5 a.m. So I didn't even know if I was going to show up. But it wasn't terribly far from my house. It was over at Rocky Point at that. What's the name of that place?
Water. Or is it water? What is it? It's a hotel.
Anyway, it's
Okay.
over Rocky
Egypt
Point.
Lake?
No, it's not Egypt Lake. It's a Rocky Point.
It's
So-
a Rocky Point.
Nah, yeah.
So we roll over. I roll over and I pop in for about 20 minutes.
It was at the clubhouse at the post
And
Rocky
then-
Point apartments.
And then we just broke in. And then Roxanne shows up after me. So I missed you. So what happened?
You really missed it. The party really got rocking. People
Yeah.
were dancing, doing karaoke, and it was just fun. And we'd leave. That was a great time. Your coworker's so nice.
What about when Pat, our traffic guy, threw up all over the chicken,
All right,
the
so-
chicken satay sticks?
Dude, that's a deal because they had like an open bar there, and I heard like rumblings of like really excited employees with issues in the week leading up to the party, and like, hey, you going to the party? I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna make it. And like, open bar, and I'm like, that doesn't mean anything to
Pat
me.
said that to me.
Yeah, I know. An open bar.
All right, so Roxanne, the armpit.
Okay, so we're driving home, kind of recapping, and Doug's driving the car, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, oh man, do I stink? Because I can smell body odor. Okay, so
Ew.
I start, I'm
And
close.
can you detect that like, it's not yours?
No, I can't.
So
Okay,
you
we'll
think
get to that. We'll get to that.
all right.
Yes, just don't. What do you always tell me? Don't jump ahead, MJ. Okay, so
Whoa.
I'm like,
Were you
hey,
imitating me?
Was that your MJ impression? It's actually really good.
So I say, what? Do I stink? And I had,
You're driving home and you're whiffing yourself.
Yes, I'm sitting in the passenger seat. So I'm mostly worried that I'm offending Doug. So I'm sniffing. I'm focused on my my left armpit. I'm like,
so you're like sniffing yourself?
Yeah. And then he's like, no, you're fine, Roxanne, you're fine. And I go, smell my armpit, smell my armpit. He's like, no, that's gross. I'm not going to do that.
Smell me.
Well, then I start to think, is it you, Doug? And then I'm like, let me smell you. I'm trying to smell his armpit.
So
like,
now
get
you
away
start
from me.
sniffing Doug.
Yeah, get away from me. So then I'm like, okay, this is weird. So I forget about it. We get home. And then he goes inside. I'm going to drive the babysitter home. So I don't even go inside. I just switch and I'm in the driver's seat.
Does the babysitter say, oh my God, what is that smell?
Yeah. So then she gets in the car and we, chit chat or whatever. I'm in a driver, did not have a creepy guy drive her home. And then
how old's your babysitter, by the way?
So this babysitter is young.
Is this the attractive one?
They're all attractive, but she's 13. Maybe?
Wait, oh my God!
Wait, no,
this is so weird.
No, you showed me a picture of like a 25-year-old.
Froggy's asking about the attractive 13-year-old babysitter.
No.
What kind of a creep are you?
She showed me a picture of
I did. She
goes,
showed
look at my nanny, and it was like some 25-year-old blonde.
Yes, yeah, and so
not a 13-year-old.
Right, so you're driving the 13-year-old babysitter home,
and so.
I feel really uncomfortable with this whole story.
Let's finish the story.
So I'm driving, and then as I'm talking to her, the smell is getting stronger.
It is getting stronger?
So then the fact that the smell is getting stronger makes me think it's me. It's got to be me because I'm just sweating more, I guess. And then I'm like, I guess I have a new sweat smell. And so anyways, I'm horrified.
You picked up a new, completely strange body pheromone at this party?
Wait. Okay, so I get to her house. I see her dad, who I haven't seen in a long, long time. He comes out to the car. I hug him because I don't, and I do like one of those like arms tucked hug, like a little flipper hug, because I'm worried now at this point that I stink. So I stand out and talk to him for X amount of time, get back in the car, and then my first thought is like, could Mike smell me? Does he think? And so I start smelling myself, and that's when I realize, because now this is the first time I'm alone with myself, and I can really get in there, focus on my right side. That's where I'm like, is it coming from the back seat? Is there something in the back seat?
So finally you like zero in on the source of the smell.
Is it coming from the back seat?
And
what, do you have like a middle-aged lady bound back there?
Dead fish.
We've traced the smell. It's coming from the back seat of the car.
Get out of the car now.
All right. So you determine that the smell is on you.
I realized.
So
all of a sudden it's on my right side.
So
that's why I picked it up more when I was talking to my sitter.
You zero in and you focus. So as you're driving, you're obviously talking and you're like looking at your sitter in the passenger seat. So then you have
that's
like
why I was getting a bigger
more
whiff.
Exposure to your right side.
Yes. So then I'm like, oh my gosh, it is me. It's on me.
Ew.
And then I get in there and it's not my. I can
it's kind of like when
armpit.
It's kind of like when you smell dog poop and you start checking like the bottom of your shoe. It's like, oh, what's going on here? Oh my God! All right, go ahead.
So I get in there. I'm like, wait, no, I smell my sweat, okay, but I still smell it. I move up a little bit. Is it in my hair? It was on my shoulder.
All right, so the stench is coming from your shoulder.
And the entire time,
we've zeroed in on the stench.
The entire time I'm going through this mystery in my head, the olfactory files in the back of my head are like, that's not your scent, Roxanne. So I knew that. So anyways, what happened is somebody must have given me a hug, like a real strong
No, that's not what you told me yesterday.
What are you talking about?
No,
that's exactly what I told
it's
you.
not.
Okay, don't say it so like
it's not.
unscientifically.
Hold on. Hold on a minute. Roxanne, I'm not going to mention the name of the individual, but you got to tell the story right. Don't try to correct it on the air. What Roxanne told me was that somebody hugged her at the Christmas party,
right?
And that person is a little taller than Roxanne. Their armpit, they were wearing like a strapless dress, and their armpit was right on Roxanne's shoulder.
It was a female.
So that's when it was a female. So a female pit stank was transferred onto Rox. So we have a bare, sweaty, nasty armpit from a female employee at the Christmas party, as that armpit then cups Roxanne's shoulder and transfers this horrific BO.
Listen, no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I got to look at pictures from the party now.
Listen, I've gone from being a semi well-liked person to this story being a hated person in the building because now everybody's going to think that it's,
All right,
that
stop
it's them
being
or
so
whatever.
self-conscious.
But I have to tell you, I'm not like making fun of this because look at my armpits right now. I mean, I'm sweating like a pig in here.
All right, stop.
It's a natural bodily function.
Just
But
tell,
it was very
just
comical.
tell the story.
Somebody smeared you with their armpit juice.
Stop being so concerned that you're hurting someone's feelings. We're not mentioning the name.
What do you think they're going to stop asking you to do the home show commercials or something, Roxanne?
Just because Roxanne gets into this mode of, oh my God, I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. Oh, I need to change the story. So, I mean, the fact is that she had a direct armpit on her shoulder, and there was a transfer of pit stank that I think, does it still linger?
Well, the interesting thing is, so then think about it. I went in to hug Mike, the dad of the sitter, and I hug him like with down elbows, so as not to get any of my armpit
Oh,
towards
you
him. 'Cause I think
could have
that's
then.
what it-
This is how like COVID spreads.
Right, and
You could have
instead I did, like, a
transferred the
nice-
pit stank onto him.
I gave him full shoulder is what I did, and that's where the smell was coming from. So he totally probably thinks, well, Roxanne had a good time at that party sweating her pits out.
No, he probably thinks that you're a.
All right, hold on. Was it body stench, or was it
was
just?
just
Hold
the-
on. What was
yeah.
it? Hold on. Or was it somebody else's deodorant or somebody else's just scent?
It was someone else's scent.
Okay.
I mean, you know,
Roxanne told me that if you were to apply like the Seinfeld BO storyline from the car with the valet guy or whatever, that it was worse than that.
that is your
Accurate.
description.
that is 100%
That
accurate.
is
All right.
that is your language right there.
Before I move on, Michelle just texted me. Michelle just said, did Roxanne just call Doug a creepy guy?
See, I picked up on that, but you glossed over it. Roxanne
No,
was-
he's not a creepy guy.
Hold on. Well, Roxanne was talking about Michelle. I'm so glad you brought it up because I caught it, but she went on so fast that I couldn't go back.
Roxanne, you said that you drove the sitter home because you didn't want some creepy guy driving
why?
the 13-year-old
Okay.
sitter home. So the only other person that could have driven the sitter home would have been Doug, your fiance.
Listen, I
And you
was
said
a sitter.
a creepy guy.
Okay. Doug is not a creepy guy, but when I was 13 years old, I had the dads would drive me home from babysitting, and I always sat there in the front seat thinking, this is a weird situation. Like, I always thought to myself, what am I going to talk about with this person? This is awkward. So I don't want to put sitters through that because at the 13-year-old, Doug probably is. I mean, he's not creepy, but he's an older guy to that.
I don't want to put Doug through that, sitting with a 13-year-old kid
Oh,
who's not
how
yours.
annoying.
But the way you said it, like, I wouldn't want her to get driven home by a creepy guy. I'm thinking
Because-
the only other person in the house is Doug.
That's what Michelle heard.
That's what all 13-year-olds think about guys who are over 21.
Yeah, and you, apparently.
Can we guess who the person is or no?
I have a guess.
I have a guess, too.
Oh, Fester's been writing guesses and scribbling guesses to me the whole.
Roxanne is mortified that we're going to reveal
I'm not.
which one of the
I'm right.
employees here at the radio station apparently has toxic pits.
Like, not
It's
toxic
not.
pits.
No, just
It's just a different
yes,
scent.
a different scent.
But it was apparently just very bad.
It was just. It was.
It's so
like I said.
Fester
look,
and Froggy
I'm
are
sitting
writing
here
down.
pitting-
Fester and Froggy are writing down names.
Hang on. Froggy disagrees with my answer. Roxanne seems very uncomfortable around my answer.
No. You guys are off base. No.
That was my guess.
No. Listen,
She's a hugger.
as I say this story right now, my pits are sweating so bad. So
I
am-
know who it is.
I am in that company with that person because
Is it
you know.
Rhonda Castrate?
Oh my God.
No, it's a female.
Oh, she was wearing a dress.
It's a female wearing a strapless dress.
a tall
That
female.
that touched her pit to Roxanne.
That's
Put-
disgusting.
Hold on a minute.
dude.
Put your pit on my shoulder.
It smells like duty.
I got to move
Listen,
on here.
all of our armpits don't smell good.
Mine
We're just
smell
used to them.
All right, Roxanne, you're so sensitive. You got to just sometimes go in for the kill and tell the story
let you do that.
and not be all self-conscious. You know, all right, so moving along here. I never heard of this. Now, when a woman is pregnant, the body changes. All right,
Yeah.
so, hold on. Roxanne, what are you...
Fester, what are you doing?
Oh, Fester's on the... Who are you talking to?
Nobody. Go to line 11.
Oh, God.
Well, it's not on hold.
What an idiot. He's trying to be all cool.
Fester's like talking to somebody, and you got to hit the hold button.
Andrew, put it on hold.
He can't put it on hold.
I don't know how to do it.
How do you not know how to put a phone on hold?
These phones were built in 1984.
Now you've hung up on them.
Okay, I gotta call the person back. Hold on.
Oh, my God. Fester.
I have no idea what the hell you're doing.
You just derailed.
You hit the hold button here. I got to move on.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
You just ran over the show like Jeremy Renner.
I just rendered the show.
All right, so Fester is trying to get somebody on the air, but Fester can't.
I know what he's doing.
I have no idea what he's doing, but Fester cannot even operate a simple phone.
Damn it. Hold on.
What is wrong with you? You can't even make a phone call and put a phone on hold. He's got. All right, will you guys talk while I reset his phone?
Okay.
Dude, I don't know what his problem is, but I know what he's trying to do.
Well,
and I think he's
we're-
trying to get who he thinks it is on the phone.
Yeah, I think that's what he's trying to do.
What
but
are you
he's
doing,
not-
MJ? There's a microphone by your head right now. You can talk into it.
This mystery is going to remain unsolved. So Fester can call the whole Rolodex of. every
Fester's
single-
trying to call who he thinks it
Well,
is.
you know
I
what
guarantee
else?
it.
You know what else we didn't talk about? Hello, there are spouses at the party. So.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God! So
Right? So there's a list.
Fester pushed every button on the phone, and I had to just unpush all the buttons. Would you just not touch the phone?
Okay, I broke the phone in the other room as well.
What? Dude, you have just. I had a clean segue, and you've just ruined it.
Dude, seriously.
I might have ruined it.
That was bad.
All right, I'm moving. Who are you trying to call?
Was my guess correct, Roxanne?
No.
Who are you trying to call?
It wasn't Jackie from our sales department.
No.
Fester, you're going to call her?
Oh, well then.
All right, Fester, you really
All right.
just brought the show to a screeching halt for that?
Yeah, that was.
And Fester's the
If I
critic.
were- if I-
Fester's the critic on the show.
If I were Jackie, come inside. Jackie, come inside.
All right. I'm moving along. I am moving along. Anyway, so back over to pregnancy. So Roxanne, when somebody is pregnant, when someone is pregnant,
Yeah.
the body changes.
Yes.
All right. So what, from a female perspective, when you're pregnant, what are some of the obvious things? And listen, obviously the baby bump in the belly. But what are some of the obvious... Fester, you just wrecked the whole momentum of the show. Are you
kidding
me? Just ruined it. All right.
right.
So what are the obvious changes when a woman is pregnant other than the baby bump?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so are you talking physical or mental?
No,
or
physical.
emotional?
This is physical. Physical.
All right, physical. You get that. Not everybody gets this, but I got this with both my kids. One of those wonky lines on your belly, and I forget what it's called, but it's like a brown line that goes from your belly button. Sometimes it goes above your belly button.
All right, so a line.
yeah. A line.
I keep going.
Yes.
All right.
And then, you get your boobs get really big.
Right,
That's
so-
the first step.
So breasts will
Yes.
change a little bit in shape.
Yes.
And everyone's different.
Mm-hmm.
You get fat feet, right? No?
I didn't really get. No,
Some people
well,
do.
but some people do. Absolutely. I remember.
Won't fingers swell sometimes a little bit like
Yeah,
fingers?
down the
swelling?
stretch, down the
Right.
stretch. Yeah. I remember thinking that I was holding it together during my pregnancy until Doug took a picture of me from behind. So your hips really widen out
Okay.
and your, love handles, like everything gets wider in the back. In the back, your hips have to go out because you're going to push a baby through a birth canal.
Oh.
So that happens.
The reason why I'm bringing this up is I saw an item, and I just never heard of this happening, that a woman's nose is growing.
That happens too.
Are you
Yes.
serious?
And you know what's funny?
But I'm looking at a before and after picture of this woman's nose, and it is completely, her nose has become like twice the width.
I got to tell you something very relevant.
Why the
to
hell
you.
does your nose grow when you're pregnant?
Like
And
a Winston Churchill, you've been an alcoholic for 50 years, nose?
listen, I'm telling you, I'm looking at the before and after picture of this woman.
It's true.
And her nose has totally, look at the difference here.
Oh, my God.
Look,
Yeah, she's got a fat
so
nose.
It does. Your nose does widen. That's usually what happens. And then
Why?
I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe it's to
weird.
get more oxygen in when you start to breathe to push the baby out. I don't know what the reason is, but what I have
Michelle's
to,
nose didn't change when she was pregnant with our two kids.
well,
Did
I
your
guess
nose change?
I'm actually going to pull up pictures of myself to find out. But I got to tell you something relevant to you.
Does your nose go back?
Yes, it does. Okay, so a friend of mine who loved Fox 13 television, and she would watch Kelly Ring all the time.
Okay.
And she said that Kelly Ring was, she could always tell when she was pregnant because her nose would get wider. And she knew I was,
Roxanne.
this is way back when I was working at Fox 13. And she called me and she was like, Roxanne, I think Kelly Ring is pregnant. And I was like, I haven't heard that. Sure enough, she was. Isn't that funny? But her nose went back. But the camera picks up everything. Kelly Ring's a beautiful woman. It's something, yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Has a wide pregnancy nose.
Yeah.
I could try to call Kelly Ring right now. I mean, she's
my
retired.
gosh.
I don't hang on.
You have childbearing nose, ma'am.
I want a woman with a nose that can have a lot of children.
Hey, Andrew, do me a favor. I'm calling Kelly Ring's cell number right now. I put it on hold. See if it's, I don't know if she's awake or not. It's 8:22 in the morning. I'm calling Kelly Ring live on her cell number. Of course, Kelly Ring retired. Can you believe Kelly Ring retired last May? My God. So Andrew, tell her it's MJ calling live if she picks up. And can we just talk for a second? Can you believe Kelly retired last May?
Yes, I can. Congratulations to her.
That is, where the hell's the time going? All right, Andrew's talking to, we have Kelly Ring. Look at this. Kelly Ring, welcome back to the MJ Morning Show.
You're going to really be laughing when you find out what we're talking about.
Kelly, don't laugh just yet.
Hey, Kelly, how's retirement?
First of all, hi. I miss you guys. I haven't seen you for a long time. It's great. We've been traveling a lot and keeping busy. And
yeah, Michelle's been showing me all the pictures on Instagram.
I know. We've been talking. I have your next destination for you. We'll talk about it off the air. But I've been great. Clark, you remember Clark. He's getting married. Did you know that?
You got it. Really?
My oldest. Yes, he's getting married in April.
Oh, my
So
God.
we're focused on his wedding. We're so excited.
Kelly, I just mentioned that you retired last May, and I can't believe it's since May already.
I know. I can't believe it either. I said to my husband last night, I said, I can't believe how fast time is going. It's crazy. How are you? Are you guys all doing well?
Yeah, we're doing well.
Not really.
Michelle and I and Chloe and Julian, we just went to Canada. We went skiing up in Whistler over vacation.
Nice.
It was awesome. And I don't know if I don't know if Michelle has been in touch with you, but Julian got into NYU Film School.
No, that's huge.
It is.
I know you were hoping,
Yep.
and I knew he would get in.
He got in.
That's huge.
Massive.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Kelly. All right, so
Froggy and I are doing fine, by the way.
Yeah, Art's doing great.
all right, so Kelly, the reason why we're calling is this is kind of crazy. I just mentioned
dear.
no, it's nothing terrible. But I was just doing a story about a woman who posted pictures of herself, how when she was pregnant, her nose grew. Her nose was like twice the size. I mean, it's crazy. Her nose, she had a thin little nose. She's pregnant, and her nose like doubled in size. I'm like, I never knew that this happened. And then Roxanne says, yeah, this can happen. And then Roxanne brings up a story about a friend of hers who was a huge Kelly Ring Fox 13 fan. She watched you all the time on Fox. And Roxanne, you pick it up from here.
So this is actually, Kelly, this is when I was an intern at Fox 13. And so my friend, her name was Connie. She's passed now, but she loves you. And she called me one day and she said, Roxanne, I think Kelly is pregnant again. And I said, I haven't heard that. News to me. And she said, well, I can always tell when she is pregnant because I can see her nose start to widen a little bit. Because we know there's no.
I think that's true.
Isn't that crazy?
Hold on, wait a minute. Well, did you just say it's true?
Well, I think when you're pregnant, I think kind of everything grows. Doesn't it?
But I just didn't know that the nose widened. So you had a viewer that would detect when you were pregnant by looking at your nose on Fox 13.
That's so sweet. And she was probably right, wasn't she?
She was, and sure enough, yep, it turned out you were. And so it was, but it's just crazy because TV picks up every little thing, and then you have viewers who are, studying you like, wait a second, something's tiny bit different.
So when Kelly was pregnant with Clark, look at the nose. When Kelly was pregnant with Kendall, look at the nose. When Kelly was pregnant with Raleigh, look at the nose.
Because I would wait a while before I announced that I was pregnant. Because you just had to wait a while. But that's hilarious. Your body does change for sure.
But I had no idea about the nose thing because I don't think Michelle's nose changed at all. So,
but because you're watching her every day, you see her, you're very close to her, so you wouldn't notice the difference. But it goes back to normal after the pregnancy.
Yeah, it does.
Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Kelly Ring, formerly of Fox 13, with nose and pregnancy talk. Hey, Kelly, give Eddie my best, and we got to get together soon.
I will. We do. Please, let's go to dinner soon. We need to talk about all your fun trips.
All right, do me a favor. Get a hold of Michelle, and you guys.
I miss you guys.
We miss you too, Kelly.
All right, darling. See you. Have a great day.
All right, you too, Kelly.
We'll let you guys know when we're available.
Yeah, Froggy and I miss you also, Kelly.
Guys, she knows me and Michelle for 25 years.
And you said Fester derailed the show.
Yeah,
wow.
No kidding.
She's
talking about Kelly's nose.
She's probably so happy we interrupted her day for that.
She sounded alert and awake, didn't she?
Yeah.
She doesn't have to stay up late anymore. She's up early now.
That is true because there's no more, 10 o'clock news anymore. All right, the nose thing. I just didn't know. You learn something new every day. Hey, speaking of bodies, Fester, you might want to pay attention to this.
I don't know.
Sweet drinks like soda linked to higher risk of men's hair loss.
Oh, crap. That's true then because I'm like 4 root beers a day.
Well, I've had a receding hairline for, quite some time, but I'm not a sugary soda drinker. I don't drink soda. I love bubbly beverages. I mean, I drink a ton of sparkling water, 0 calories, 0 sugar. But new research is suggesting that there is a link between drinking sugary beverages and hair loss in younger men. Men who had at least one sweet drink per day were more likely to have hair loss, according to the data. Too much sugar could cause insulin resistance and be harmful to hair overall for men over time. So, Roxanne, did I hear you just go, huh?
Yeah, because I was listening to part of the conversation.
All right.
And I heard you say...
What are you doing?
Of looking for pictures of me pregnant, just looking pregnant pictures. Okay, back to the show.
Yeah.
The fact that you said that the beverages like that, Doug drinks, he used to drink Diet Cokes all the time.
But that's
not sugary.
That's 0 calories.
So then I'm wondering,
that doesn't have sugar.
But did he start with Coke? Did he drink Coke before I knew him?
Did he do Coke first?
Yes.
That really is confusing.
Listen, I thought...
I mean, the most popular drink in our country is associated with as a heinous drug. It really is confusing. Did Coke first. Go ahead.
That's your content today?
Shut up.
All right.
Let's call Kelly Ring and find out where we're going to lunch.
All right. So here's the deal. I always thought that male baldness was purely genetic.
Me too.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I'm buying this, that sweet drinks have a link to younger men's hair loss when I thought the whole process was chromosomal.
Well, if it's crap science because they're saying it's because of the sugar. Wouldn't that be true for a guy who just eats a quart of ice cream every day? You're ingesting sugar?
Why just sugary drinks?
Yeah.
Why not just sugar in general,
Yeah,
right?
good point. Is there the carbonation? Does that do something too?
Oh, now I'm making good points. Wow, amazing how things change in 30 seconds.
Researchers looked at men between 18 and 45 from January to April of 2022 and compared self-reported lifestyle habits and hair loss. They found out that almost 30% of the men had a daily habit of drinking at least one sugary beverage, a soda, juice, energy drinks, sport drinks, sweetened coffee, and tea, totaling between 1 to 3 liters a week. And among this subset, there was apparently increased hair loss. I don't know.
1 to 3 liters? I don't know.
I don't know what the story is there, but that's what they're saying. Hey, what kind of a sicko would try to bring a dog on an airplane, be refused the ability to bring the dog on the plane, and then just abandon the dog outside the airport and tie up the dog and leave anyway?
What?
All right, this is out of Iowa, Des Moines, Iowa. A New Jersey guy is accused of abandoning his dog by tying her up outside of the Des Moines, Iowa airport last week. Allie.
Aww.
Allie the dog was discovered on Thursday, December 29th at the Iowa airport in Des Moines. The owner, 24-year-old Charles Bigson of Newark, New Jersey, was trying to fly home with her dog, but was unable to because he didn't have a kennel. So I guess what? He was at the counter with the dog trying to fly home. The dog must have been too big for an in-cabin dog.
I saw a picture of the dog. It's a good-sized dog.
Even then, you got to have the dog in an approved carrier if you're just transporting the dog. So he didn't have a kennel because the dog apparently would have had to have been checked in the belly of the airplane. And he just left the dog. He left the airport with the dog, then returned without the dog a short time later, and then got on his flight from Des Moines, Iowa, back to New Jersey. And the Animal Rescue League of Iowa was called to the airport because the dude tied the dog up outside the airport and then left. What the hell is wrong with this guy?
How does he show up a half an hour later? Yep, I'm back. Yep, no dog.
Half an hour later. I think it was like 3 minutes later.
Whatever the
time is. He just walked outside from the check-in counter. He just walks outside, ties up the dog to a post, and then walks back in and boards his flight.
Oh.
So the Animal Rescue League, they took in Allie. They say that Bigson, the sicko dude here, has formally surrendered Allie to the shelter. She'll be spayed, microchipped, taken to the vet for a checkup, and then placed up for adoption. I would imagine the story is getting a lot of attention, and I would imagine that this dog is going to find a home with all of the media attention here, and that it'll be a much better home than this 24-year-old jackwagon that just abandoned the dog at the Des Moines, Iowa airport.
It's a cute pup.
It's a very cute dog. Oh, man.
Really cute.
I've got a great picture I got to post here. Hold on. I'm doing it right now. I took a picture of Gatsby last night.
Oh, you've gone so long without promoting your IG.
Yeah, hang on a sec. I got to post. I'm doing it right now.
Yeah, let's not interrupt the show to worry about getting a post up. Do that during a break.
I mean, hold on.
All right, here we go.
Interrupting and derailing the show is not the priority
I'm posting it right now. I'm not going to even post a caption yet. All right, I just posted it, finishing up, and boom, done. All right, I just posted Gatsby was on his back and his tummy's up and he's sleeping. So if you want to see Gatsby, one of our Jack Russell Terriers, just a cute picture from last night, I just posted it on my Instagram, Certified MJ Radio. That's Certified MJ Radio. Also, I'm still getting messages. Bring up my Instagram, Fester.
Sure.
I'm still getting a ton of responses for the spoof remake of the Chevrolet Everywhere Fleetwood Mac commercial, where the people are in the car and they're singing, I want everywhere. So we're doing the thing. Julian shot it with his camera and edited the whole thing, and we recreated that Chevrolet EV commercial where they're all singing Fleetwood Mac's Everywhere. And thing already has, I think, like almost 9,000 views. Do you bring up the audio here? You got to hit the. All right, Fester, stop.
There you go.
All right, hang on. Just bring it up here. Here we go. So we use the actual soundtrack from the commercial, but we shot it with me, Michelle, Chloe, and Julian in the car. Here, listen.
Can you hear me calling out your name? You know that I'm falling and I don't know what to say. Speak a little louder, or even shout.
So we shot it on the way from Whistler back to Vancouver, and then Julian edited it in the hotel room. Then it says Happy New Year from MJ and family, MJ logo, then Q105 logo. So if you haven't seen this video that we reshot based on the Chevy commercial singing Fleetwood Mac's Everywhere, people love this thing. I mean, the comments are like, I can't stop watching it. I love it. If you go to my
I love it. I've had it on repeat all day.
People have watched this a lot, I'm telling you.
Julian did all the work. Stop saying we.
Julian, I just said it. Julian shot it. Julian edited it in the hotel room at the airport.
Yeah, when I saw that post, I looked through your whole description for a mention of Julian, and I did not see one. So I commented right away. Nice work, Julian.
What are you talking about? It's in the description. It's in the description where it says that Julian edited and at least, yeah, look at the bottom.
Okay,
it's Julian, videographer and editor. He gets full credit. Yeah, so you got to take a look at this. If you haven't seen it yet, people love this video. And I'm driving the SUV, and it's kind of funny because we're driving a gas-powered Dodge Durango as our rental vehicle. And, of course, the commercial's really for Chevy electric vehicles.
Yeah.
So go to my Instagram is Certified MJ Radio. That's Certified MJ Radio. And while you're there, give me a follow. And it's pinned. So I think the first item, it's pinned. So it's still there. And you'll see the image you're looking for is Chloe with her wool hat on, kind of laughing. So click on that, and that's going to be the 50-second video of the commercial that we shot. Hey, speaking of traveling, and I also put up the new picture of Gatsby sleeping last night, which is just adorable. Oh. Certified MJ Radio on Instagram. Give me a follow. All right, so speaking of traveling, got a couple of seating issues on airplanes. And the first one is an item that I saw, and it was like, oh, this airline booking hack is dividing the internet. An airline booking hack. So what is this about? So I'm like, all right, this caught my attention. I'm like, once I read it, I'm like, this is not new. But it doesn't work. With the load factors on airplanes so heavy these days, because ultimately, if you look at the number of flights, airlines have pulled back flights.
Yeah.
You know, we're back to pre-pandemic volume, but what's happened, the airline industry has shifted. Before the pandemic, you were on airplanes that in many cases had seats available. These days, it is rare to have a ton of seats available on an airplane. There were far more flights among the airlines years ago. They've cut back on flights, so they've increased the density. It's called load factor. And listen, it's more efficient. If you can pack every single airplane, it's a lot more efficient than flying planes that are half empty. So that's how the airline industry has changed here. So I'm like, all right, what is this airline booking hack that they're talking about here? And it involves, if a couple is traveling, the hack is that they think that they can book the aisle and the window seat, and that the middle seat will be left unfilled. And while it might work, the odds are it weren't, because the airlines are packing airplanes and they're going to jam somebody in the middle seat. They don't say, oh, look, we got Mrs. Jones in 9A and Mr. Jones is in 9C. We're not going to put anybody in 9B in the middle.
Let's just give those lovebirds their space.
But actually, it's a no loss, chance to take, because if they don't put anyone in the middle, then you win. And if they do, you can switch seats with the middle person. One of you guys can, and you can still be next to each other. You know?
I'm just saying that this hack, it's not really a hack. I know that people have tried this, but it doesn't always work.
It's almost like a strategy.
Right. So that's number one. Now, the second one also involves airline seats. And this is being called tacky. A couple is being shamed online for blocking the seat in the row because they wanted to find the right passenger coming down the aisle to take that seat. And of course, this works in a Southwest situation, and it is a Southwest story because Southwest is open seating.
So they do the body language. They literally block it with like luggage.
Yeah,
or
yeah. Well,
That's what I do.
Yeah.
You can do it with like body language too.
Listen to this. Airplane seating arrangements can make or break your flight experience, but one couple has divided the internet, this was the post, after sharing their strategy to find the right person to be the third in their row. It's like they're selecting the person they want to be in their row.
When you see the person you want, you just kind of light up like a Christmas tree, but not too creepy, and then maybe they'll make eye contact with you and want to sit there.
No, you look at them and you pat the seat. You just give them a look. Hey, and then you go, and you just pat the seat.
I had to recently take a Southwest flight to Atlanta, and I get on the plane. I'm like in the end of the second boarding group, and there's another very large man against the window. So I sat in the aisle.
Right. So you look at each other and you shake your heads.
Yeah, we look at each other, right? And I'm taking up a seat and a half. He's taking up a seat and a half, and he's like, "Nobody's going to sit here now." And I'm like, "That's right, buddy."
Oh, so you guys bookended it.
Yeah. I was on the aisle. He was in the window.
So to keep the middle open, no one is going to choose the seat in between you guys.
Or what I do is stuff tissue up my nose so they think you're sick, and you sit there and just act like you're.
Do you really?
Yeah. That's how I get seats next to me on Southwest. I get open seats.
You get open seats?
I go like this. I go.
You put tissues up your.
Yeah, you sit there and I go.
If there's one
like,
empty
"Ugh."
seat on that plane, it's going to be next to Froggy.
There's a little tip if you ever want to open seat.
That's even better. All right. So this couple is getting some internet crap, and it's the fact that they like to select the passenger. And of course, it's Southwest open seating. You're either in boarding group A, B, or C. And listen, if you're in the C group, you're screwed. Let's be honest. If you're like C21, you're screwed. That's terrible. So just give up. Just change your flight. So don't show up. So this couple, this husband and wife, they're being called tacky. They block the row so they can find the right passenger to allow into their little domain, into their row on Southwest.
Swingers.
Who said anything about swingers?
What, are they looking for a hot piece to come down? Yeah,
And do they hang a flamingo at the end of their row?
When we get back in a minute here, I want to discuss a little dating incident. And at what point, if you've been dating somebody for 5 months, and that's the case here, a dating situation for 5 months before something was revealed, should you reveal this sooner than 5 months into a dating relationship? What is it? Hang on. I'll tell you next on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. Stand by. If you're in a MJ Morning Show, Q105, 853. MJ with Froggy and Fester and Roxanne. And I want to run this story by you. It's about a couple that is dated for 5 months. So the story is, after 5 months of dating, the guy finally reveals this to the woman. 5 months into the relationship. Josie Santos, the woman, was shocked. Shocked, I said.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
To learn that the guy that you've been dating for the last 5 months was the father to a 12-year-old girl. And he had not told her. Now, is that acceptable? You date for 5 months? Now, I don't know if during the course of the courtship and during the early dating, I mean, you're always involved in asking questions. Hey, do you have any sisters, any brothers?
Any kids is like one of the first.
Tell me about the family. I mean, that seems to be some serious deceit by omission.
What kind of relationship does he have with a 12-year-old?
Maybe she's horrible, like a 13-year-old, like Cash Me Outside girl, and he's just embarrassed of her.
And apparently, this Josie Santos did not want children, and then ended the relationship, just absolutely pissed off beyond description that she was not told. She was absolutely livid that the guy did not tell her this after 5 months.
She's a little sensitive.
I have to know more.
She said, I like kids. I don't want one for me. 37 years old. She's a Manhattan-based lawyer. And she had said that she had another boyfriend previously who waited 6 months to reveal that he had children. You know, we gotta go to phones on this.
I think it's something with her.
Yeah, it sounds like she has the problem. Maybe she's putting out a vibe that she doesn't want kids, so they're scared
hold
to
on,
tell
Roxanne,
her.
you just walked in, so don't pretend like you're like part of the conversation.
She's right,
You have no idea what we're talking
She's
about.
not wrong. If your first vibe is, I don't want kids, tell me all about yourself.
All right, now, hang on a minute. Let me just backtrack here. So we're talking about a woman that was dating a guy for 5 months, and then it was 5 months into the relationship that the guy said, oh, yeah, by the way, I have a 12-year-old kid. I mean, that's not right.
It's not like that.
I want to go to phones on this. Hang on. A couple of things here. So, number one, it doesn't have to be kids, but I would love to ask our listeners, did you date somebody for a reasonable amount of time before you learn something significant that you probably should have learned early on? I think it's a very fair question. Let's hit up phones here. 800-990-1047. Join us. Tell us your story. Did you date somebody and it just took a long time for a pretty significant piece of information to come out? So if that's your story, 800-990-1047. Or if you have any aspect or angle, or if you even want to just comment on the guy waiting 5 months before revealing that he had a 12-year-old kid while he was dating this woman. Jeez. And then she's like, well, I'm out of here. All right, phones are already ringing. Andrew's going to screen. 800-990-1047 is how you get in. And it's not just kids. Maybe you have a similar story, but what was revealed to you late in the game about the person you were dating? So guys, was it a woman? Ladies, was it a guy who held something back? Or listen, maybe guys and guys, women and women. All right, 800-990-1047 is how you get in. What are you chuckling
I'm just
at?
laughing how you covered all the relationship possibilities.
Them, they.
Okay. Whatever your pronouns are, whatever your relationship status is, tell us.
Let me grab calls here. Kelly is in Webster. Hello, Kelly. You're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
We are well. All right, what's your story?
So, yeah, I think he should have told her. He definitely should have told her. Because, she got left out of that. 5 months in, that's, kind of serious by then. But he probably didn't do it because she didn't want kids.
That's exactly right.
Well, and they tell her, right.
She must hate kids.
You think that the guy was into the woman. So the woman's name is Josie Santos, 37-year-old Manhattan, New York lawyer. So it must have been somehow discussed early on that she didn't want kids, and that's why he clamped up and didn't say. So he was probably really into Josie, right?
Yeah.
And if he had said early on, oh, by the way, I've got a 12-year-old kid, that she would have been out of there.
Exactly. Yep. So, he got nervous and probably didn't say anything, didn't want to lose her.
Well, guess what? She's all pissed off, and I'm looking at her picture. She's pretty attractive, by the way, and she's out of there. She scrammed, and he did lose her.
She's got a problem with herself.
Yeah. Yep. Too late. So unfortunate, but yeah, that's probably what happened. He got scared.
Kelly, thank you so much. I appreciate you listening.
I mean, that's extreme. Not lying about having children, or I should say concealing it. But how many people go on dates and lie about whether they want to have them or not have them? I think sometimes, maybe a woman wants to have them and is less hesitant to tell the guy to sound like desperate or something.
Kathy's in Tampa. Hello, Kathy. MJ Morning Show, you're up.
Good morning. I was in a 10-year relationship, and men don't ask a lot of questions, so I never gave a lot of information, but he never even knew that I was married twice.
Wait a minute. You were in a 10-year relationship before the guy, and you're saying, wait a minute, after 10 years, the guy didn't even know that you were married twice prior?
No, he never asked, and I never volunteered.
How'd it come out?
Fine. We ended
No, did it come out finally?
No, well, he knew I was married once, but he never knew twice.
Wow.
He still doesn't know, and we're still friends.
All right, so what happened?
Maybe he knows now.
What happened after the 10 years? Why do you guys split up after 10 years?
Religious beliefs.
Oh, my God.
Hold on.
Is he Catholic?
Oh, man, I got to know about this. All right, so what were the religious beliefs that split you guys up after a decade?
He got very, very religious and believed we were living in sin.
Ooh, he wouldn't like to know that you had 2 divorces under your belt.
All things being equal, it's just as well.
I would have gone over real well.
Wow, but you're still friends.
Yeah, we're still friends, but he kind of just believes differently, and but he never asked a lot of things, and I just never volunteered.
There you go. Kathy, thanks for the call. Donna, it's all women. Usually we get a mix of men and women. Every line is female. Thank you. Donna's in Largo. Hey, Donna, MJ Morning Show, you're up next. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
We are well. Go ahead.
Good. So I was dating a guy for about 4 months and moved in with him, didn't take everything, kind of just moved some stuff in, found out my ex-boyfriend did a little investigating on him, and he was only here for 6 months out of the year and was engaged to another girl and had a whole different life up in a different state.
Oh, man, yeah. We hear these stories. In fact, Joey B., are you a long-time MJ Morning Show listener or relatively new?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, forever, yeah.
You remember Joey B. back on... yeah.
I do.
Joey B's father had a whole separate family in another... Hey, this is true.
What do you think I don't know?
Yeah, Joey B's father had a whole different family in Pennsylvania.
That's what I've been thinking of for the last 10 minutes.
God.
I mean, for like 25 years, he had another wife, other kids, and they lived in Kearney, New Jersey, which is just outside of Manhattan, and the other family was in Pennsylvania.
Oh, my. Oh, yeah. Well, thanks for listening.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening.
Exactly. Marcy's in Tampa next. Hey, Marcy, MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hey, good morning.
Hey.
So I was in a relationship with a guy for 1.5 years, and I then found out he was married. But what's funny is that, well, not funny, but the situation was that she knew about me, and I knew about her. We would sometimes, if she called him, like, on video, I would say hi to her. So he was telling her the whole time, I'm just a roommate. He, got a roommate because he's trying to save more money for her.
Oh, my God. So you were talking to the wife, but... she just thought you were the roommate, but wait a minute, but you knew that she was the wife?
No, I actually...
Who did you think she was?
Child's mother.
Oh, you wait a minute, what? Whoa. You hold on, you thought it was what?
I thought it was just his child's mother. I knew he had a daughter with her, and they had a good relationship because of their child. She was actually in Puerto Rico. And I lived here with him in Tampa. So after a year and a half, when he finally tells me, because now she's moving to Tampa with him from Puerto Rico, that's when everything hit the fan. And then we ended up, of course, I called it off immediately, moved out. And then a year after that, he found out that she was cheating on him while she was in Puerto Rico. So then we ended up getting back together like 3 years after that. But the whole time, me and this woman, spoke. She would see me in the apartment, knew that I was living there. And I thought, that's just his child's mother. They're talking about, their daughter.
Yeah.
And he would tell her she's just a roommate. So it took a year and a half for me to find that out. Of course, I was young back then. Now, of course, a man definitely couldn't fool me like that. But it happened.
Fool me once. Thanks, Marcy. Thanks for listening.
Wow.
No problem.
Have a great day. Angela, Apollo Beach is next. Hey, Angela.
Hi. Okay, I don't have a story like that, but I want to comment on this. I have an 8-year-old daughter, and when I was dating, that's like the first thing I'd say, like, I have a little girl, take it, leave it, but this is this. If I was dating someone for 5 months and never saw of a child, like, that's a super big red flag for me.
Absolutely, because if they're not going to be honest, or if they're going to operate with deceit by omission for that length of time, what else have they either lied about or not told the truth about or not revealed? And what does that foretell for the future?
Right, and like your poor child, did they never see their dad?
Excellent point. Thank you, Angela. Let's grab Dave, our first guy on this one. Dave's in Hudson. Hey, Dave.
Hi. So I do a guy when I was in HVAC.
All right, can you do me a favor? Hold on a minute. Just take a deep breath, and let's try to construct a sentence we can understand. All right, Dave, here we go. All right, Dave, go.
So I knew a guy in HVAC school that dated a girl that ended up, she was a transition from a man to a woman, and he didn't know for 6 or 7 months.
Oh, that's what I was thinking too.
Wow.
I'm sure that happens.
Wait, so which did he think? So he thought he was dating a girl, but I'm confused.
It was a biological male that was transforming to a woman?
No, she was fully transformed at this point. So she's from Lithuania originally, and then lived in Moscow and Russia her entire life. So, and then she moved here, and before you knew it, they were dating, and then he found out that she was formerly a man.
Wow.
And he was like, no big deal. This is going really well.
And
they kind of escalated back and forth.
well, I guess the first thing I would ask is if it was HVAC school, heating and ventilation and air conditioning and
blowing.
Yeah, what do you say?
It's sucking or blowing.
Okay, all right. But my question was, it's somewhat plumbing related. So was there no investigation on the plumbing?
There was no penis.
The work had been done already.
Oh, yeah.
Work had done. Like she was
it's a rehab.
She is a full woman. However, she cannot have kids, and so therefore he stayed with her.
Wow. All right.
Sounds like it should have kept that relationship.
Sounds like it's like a bedtime story. It's like happily ever after. Thank you, Dave. Appreciate it. Man, phones have blown up on this. How about Cindy in Lakeland? Cindy, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hi, how are y'all doing?
We're doing well. So, folks, if you're just tuning in, what's prompted all these phone calls, and I asked folks to call in because there was a woman, 37-year-old lawyer in New York, dating a guy for 5 months, and it wasn't until 5 months into the relationship that the guy finally revealed that he had a 12-year-old kid, and she flipped out. She left and said, I'm done here. So that's why we're taking calls. All right, Cindy, go ahead.
Okay, so I also dated someone and found out that he was married. And I was already, like you said, 4 or 5 months into this relationship, and I still went with it. I ended up getting married to him, and then I found out other weird things about him.
All right, wait a second. So hang on. So you're dating the guy for 5, 6 months, whatever it was, and how did you find out that far into dating? How did you find out that he was married first?
Because he says, oh, I have something I need to tell you. I'm married.
Ooh.
That's pretty point blank.
Now, he was not living with her? Had they separated?
No, they weren't separated.
Wow. All right. So was he like going back and forth?
Yeah. And he would just make up excuses why he couldn't see me or doing something.
All right. So all this develops, but then you end up marrying the guy?
Yeah. How stupid am I?
All right. So I didn't say that. All right. So all right, now.
I did.
All right. So he finally divorces the wife, marries you, and then you find out other things. What else did you find out?
That he was into like younger women. He had a sugardaddy.com, which I never knew that something like that existed.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, Fester's on that.
Yeah, he was into like way younger.
Yeah, I'm on it though for the sugar.
Now, how old was the guy?
He was 8 years older than me. So I guess then he was like in his 60s.
And he was dating women that were how old? On the sugar daddy site, he was attracting women how old?
Yeah, I'm not sure how old.
Like 20s?
14, 15.
Whoa, what?
Whoa.
No. I think that the sugar daddy sites, you have to be at least 18, right?
Yeah. I didn't read all the rules when I joined.
All right, so how long did you remain married to this guy?
So, I was like 10 years.
Wow.
Okay.
And
yeah, well, 2 of those because I'm still in the process of divorcing him.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All right, well, listen, I wish you the best on that.
Can you forward me his profile on sugardaddy.com?
I don't know what it is, but yeah, sure.
All right, Sydney, thanks for the call. Louise is in Palmetto. Hello, Louise, MJ Morning Show. Look at the phone. Every line is, we hit a nerve here. Hi, Louise.
Oh, my gosh, I can't believe I'm on the MJ Morning Show. It's
yes,
my
you
favorite
are.
show ever in the history of the world.
Hold on, say that last part again.
You are my favorite radio show ever in the history of the world.
Wow.
I love it. That's going to make a promo, I think. All right.
Nice and clean.
That's why I wanted you to repeat it so it was clean. All right, so go ahead, Louise.
I've been listening since 1994.
That was the beginning. All right, what's your story, Louise?
So I met a guy, and we made a joke. I had met him, and that night I met him, we made a joke about how you can do anything you want in life if you don't have kids, and we high-five on this thing. And then 3 months later, we're just hanging out, and we're talking, and I said something. I knew he was divorced, and I said, you know, some of these women, they just want, you know, a dad for their kid. And he's like, I have a kid. What? How old is your kid? 5. What? Okay. So I'm kind of mad about that, but I didn't ask him. I didn't come right out and ask him if he had kids because when he high-fived me, I kind of figured that he did not. So
is there any kind of symbolism here? The kid is 5 and he's high-fiving you?
You're waiting for the birthday.
High-five.
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 It gets better because then, like, 3 months go by and I'm talking to his mom one day and she's like, yeah, you know, when he was married and he had those other kids.
Oh.
What? Wait a minute, he was married to another woman? Well, those kids are 25.
Oh, my God. High 25?
It sounds like you have to ask better questions, ma'am.
I sound like I need to ask more questions. And then, so a month after that, and he's like, let's go. We have to go visit my older kids. Okay? So we go visit them. And we get there, and there's the 2 kids, and there's a 3rd girl, and there's some babies. So I'm like, oh, a baby. And I just start holding the baby. And then I realized, well, wait a minute, who are you? Oh, you're the son's wife? So this is your grandkid? So there's 2 grandkids and 3 kids?
Oh, my God. And you're just finding this out. Louise, thank you, and welcome to the MJ. After all these years, welcome to the MJ Morning Show.
5 years later, we're still dating.
Oh, hold on. You're still dating the guy?
Yes.
All righty.
Well, I didn't ask. It's kind of my fault, too, I guess. Next time I'll ask.
Louise, have a great day. Thanks.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
You too. Louise. Yeah, Rox.
A lot of the texters are bringing up the point that people don't mention that they have children at first because they don't trust the person they're with to meet their kids, and they want to make sure it's a worthy person to bring them into their lives. I just want to read one of these texts. It's very interesting. I am poly. So is my husband. He has 2 girlfriends. I have a boyfriend and a girlfriend.
Hold on. Do you say poly?
Yeah. I don't.
From the Peaky effing blinders? All right. No, go ahead.
I don't let new people meet my kids, not till I feel they are trustworthy people.
Okay. All right, listen, I can understand that. All right, let me blow through. Hey, Andrew, no more calls. I got to move on here because I had no idea the phones were going to explode like this. All right, let me run through all of the calls on hold, and then, but we're not going to take any more. Let me grab Joe and Wesley Chapel. Joe, MJ Morning Show, you're up.
Hey, what's going on, MJ?
Hi there. Go ahead.
Hey, so I was with my kid's mother for 5 years, right? We have 2 kids together, and I knew she had a daughter from a previous relationship that she no longer had custody of. I found out 5 years in that she told me she lost it because of her job. She traveled a lot. I found out she lost her daughter because she used her as a human shield when her ex-husband would hit on her. You know what I mean?
Huh?
Yeah, yeah. Hand to God,
Okay.
true.
Oh, my God. That's horrific.
You mean hit her?
It's absolutely horrific. And mind you, we have 2 kids together.
And, of course, you never hit her, so the kids were never used as human shields in your situation.
Yeah.
All right, now, what about, was she a good mother?
At first she was, man, but she just kind of, fell off. The relationship obviously fell off, and I found out afterwards, from her sister, about what happened with her first daughter.
My God, and you guys are not married anymore, right?
No, we're not together at all.
Who's got custody of the kids?
Oh, me, of course.
How old are the kids now?
My son is 4. My daughter's going to be 3.
Got you, Joe. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you checking in. Susan, Clearwater. Susan, MJ Morning Show. Hello.
Hi.
Hello. Go ahead.
Yes, hello. I dated a guy for 4 months, and he told me that this woman was his sister. Come to find out, he was recruiting me as a sister wife.
Oh, my God.
What state was this in?
Does exist?
Yes, it's
In
a real.
Florida.
Oh my God.
What?
Here in Florida.
You can't do that.
What, you think it was Utah or something?
Yeah, you can do it. You marry one, and the rest is just like a ceremony. It's not bound by law.
Susan, what did you do? Did you walk?
I walked away. I told him to go himself.
There you go. Thank you. All right. That's Susan in Clearwater. Here's another Susan in Pinellas Park. Hey, Susan. Hi.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Morning.
Hey, thank you for your show every morning. I met a guy in downtown St. Pete at a bar, and he told me he was from Australia. And I ended up dating him for about 6 months, and he went along with the whole accent, the whole everything.
Oh, you're not going to tell us that the guy totally faked the accent.
He did, and he pulled up on the computer this dingo-y looking town that he was from.
A dingo-y looking, the dingo ate my baby in Darwin.
Oh yeah, and come to find out, he graduated from Pinellas Park High School, and the reason I found out was because he went to jail on a violation of probation or whatever, that he was on probation. And so I called his mom, and his mom had this thick Tennessee accent. And I'm like, where are you guys from? She's like, oh, Tennessee. I'm like, oh my gosh. So yeah, it was just a whole big thing.
How long were you dating him?
About 6 months.
Oh my, and then, so why was he faking the whole Outback Aussie thing?
I guess, I don't know, to hide his past, I guess, I don't know.
Or did he think that maybe he'd be more attractive to women if he was like some kind of an Australian all crikey guy or something?
Yeah, that was probably it, but it was right around when Steve Irwin was killed as well. And he was on TV, and they had this song they were playing for Steve Irwin, like this crikey dikey song or whatever.
Crikey dikey.
Crikey dikey song.
And I said, oh, my God, you know this song, don't you? And he just kept looking at me. I'm like, sure you do. You had to know this song. You grew up to this.
Yeah.
I mean, he just went the whole gamut with it.
That's crazy. Do you know what happened to him now?
He moved to Georgia.
All right. Now he's claiming he's from, I think, South Africa now or something. All right, Sean, Susan, thanks. All right, let me two more calls, and we got to move on here. Sean is in Tampa. Hey, Sean.
Hey, how are you guys?
We are.
Long-time listener.
Thank
Love
you.
Guys.
Appreciate it.
So the story's not mine, and it's not about kids, but I just won't ever forget because it was such a bombshell. So when I was in high school, I married my high school sweetheart, my first husband. We're not together anymore, but his parents had been together for several years, and his father was a prominent CEO of a big bank, and walked in while we were at dinner one night and basically told his wife she was gay and that, he was leaving her. And I just think that was a hell of a shocker.
Yeah, that actually deserves a... Hey, thanks. Appreciate you listening.
That was a hell of a secret to keep for that many years, I thought.
Absolutely. Thanks, Sean.
Have a great one.
You too. All right, last call, Joe in Lakeland. Hey, Joe, you're on the MJ Morning Show.
Yo, what's up? Good morning. How you guys doing?
We are well. All right, what's your story? You got the final word here.
All right, the final word is this. I go into a law firm about 2 decades ago because I needed some information on immigration. I met the paralegal. Her name is Jackie. One thing led to another. I started dating Jackie. All right? 3-4 months down the line, she tells me that I've been going to bed with her and her sister because she's identical twins.
Oh, man, they've been switching off?
They switching off on me, but I got the last laugh because the other sister, Evelyn, had a birthmark on her beep beep.
Her what?
Oh, Okay.
Okay.
So you
my
knew all along that it was 2 women.
These stories are insane.
I knew after like maybe 2 times waking up in the morning with the ones.
Did you have one you like better than the other?
Good for you.
You know what? One did fellatio better than
Did you leave that? All right, Joe, thank you.
Joe, hold on. I did dump that. Okay. Now, technically, that was it was an appropriate term.
Medical.
It was more of a medical term. Now, I did dump it, so Joe didn't curse or use profanity, but I did dump it. But Joe said that one did a certain act better than the other. So.
Yeah, you can use your imagination.
Hey, Joe, thanks for the call, buddy.
All right, Joe.
Hey, you guys are good. Roxanne, take it easy.
Easy, Joe. Hey.
Man, what a great call. What a great call to wrap it up, huh?
I think I love Joe.
I do, too.
All right, 9:21 at the MJ Morning Show. The final segment is next. Got about, 10, 12 minutes. I got a lot of stuff to cram in, including... You had the armpit issue at the Christmas party with the body odor deal.
Uh-huh.
I actually have an interesting story on regarding men, single men versus married men, and does one smell different than the other? Single versus married? All right, hold on. This is interesting. All next. That's just a fraction of what we're going to get to. So we're loaded next on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. Back in a second. Stand by. I got a special guest in studio we'll discuss in just a matter of moments, and Roxanne and Dig Dug are connected to this whole deal. We'll explain in a second. First, though, I mentioned something before we went to break about single men versus married men, and this is after Roxanne told the story about this BO transfer that occurred at the Christmas party before vacation, where one of our female employees.
We don't have to relive all these details.
Why
MJ?
not? I mean, but it's the truth. I mean, it happened. So Roxanne was hugged by a female fellow employee who was wearing a strapless dress, and her armpit touched Roxanne's shoulder, and Roxanne couldn't figure out where this BO smell was coming from, and it was attached onto her shoulder. So I mean, this sort of kind of comports here. What do you think? Single men or married men? Who stinks more? There was a study, and apparently women can smell the difference. Anyone? Roxanne? Fester?
I mean,
single guys smell like axe.
Hey, Fester, why are you standing in the corner over there?
Yeah.
You have a microphone over here. Just go to your
my space.
This is why. I mean,
go to your
we're shooting
microphone.
video here. Suddenly, I eclipse everybody else
Yeah,
here. I'm 3 times the size of everybody
That's right.
else.
You are like Jupiter next to
Yes.
Venus.
Yes.
Yes.
He's like, why'd I bring this stupid camera? If I knew this fat guy, I'd be blocking every
All right,
shot
well,
I have.
bring your
That's
planet
what's
over
going
here
down.
for a minute.
We do have a camera guy with an SLR and a Ronin gyro in the studio here. So are you able to get the shot? Are you able to get the? Is Fester blocking the sun?
I'm totally blocking the guy out. He's like,
There you had to move.
you're gonna move angles. I'm gonna block that one too. What's going
Fester,
on?
just extend. Get on the floor.
Yeah,
Just
hardly.
get on your knees and kneel.
That's what I'm not
All
gonna
right,
do.
so Roxanne, single men
Yeah.
versus married men, who smells more?
Okay, well, first, let me just make the frame of reference. I'm mostly around married men all the time.
Yep.
I'm not around single men to be able to tell the difference. But I would just say single men maybe smell better because married men don't have to, they've already got their chick. They don't have to impress anybody.
First of all, chick is offensive.
Yeah, I'm
Okay?
really kind of
Relax
I don't
with
I don't
that.
feel comfortable with you objectifying
Women,
women
please.
like that.
It's a woman.
It's really wow.
They've already taken home somebody. They lock that bitch down.
Listen, here's the science. According to a study, single men stink more, literally smell more, and women have the ability to sniff out a married man among bachelors. The research was actually done. A study was published in the Frontiers in Psychology Medical Journal. Wow. And researchers proved that single men smell more strongly than guys that are already hitched up.
Maybe they have more testosterone. They're looking for more action, so they're all hormoned up or something.
Testosterone smell?
Listen, I'm not going to point any fingers here. And I'm moving on, by the way. I'm not but this has to do with an olfactory issue and smell as well. But I'm not pointing any fingers here. But Froggy, are you going to have any surgery anytime soon?
Oh, hopefully not. I don't feel the best.
I'm just checking.
Why?
Influential medical panel calls for every American to be screened for cannabis before surgery.
Well, then Froggy's out.
Due to risk of deadly reactions with anesthetics.
Really?
And pain medications.
Please, single me out in the room.
Yeah, there's new guidance. American Society of Regional Anesthesia and Pain Medicine, the ASRA.
That's the acronym?
ASRA, the ASRA.
Yes, Vice President of the ASRA.
They've issued fresh guidance that they really ought to know if you've got a patient that's being put under with anesthesia, whether they're all doping and smoking it up good.
Well, last time I got my wisdom teeth out, they put me under and they asked me.
What?
I said, yeah, I'm super high right now. And then they pulled my teeth out.
There you
They
go.
didn't care.
All right, so Roxanne, you got to make the introduction. We've got a special guest here on the MJ Morning Show. And Roxanne, had you mentioned the house flipping or the fix-up show that you and Doug were part of? I think you mentioned it on the air a couple of times before Christmas break.
Yes, but I gave no details.
Right. So Roxanne and Dig Dug, they're involved in a show on A&E.
I'm not part of this show. I'm just part related to the house.
Right, because you and Doug, I guess, have the houses that are being fixed up. So you have a friend that you brought in who happens to be the host of the A&E program Zombie House Flipping.
That's right.
Wow.
Which is on Saturdays at 11 a.m. on A&E. And it's Dolmar Cross who's joining us in the studio. Dolmar, welcome to the MJ Morning Show, pal.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me.
All right, so what is Zombie House Flipping, and why the hell are Roxanne and Dig Dug, her fiance, involved?
Well, my name's Dolmar Cross, host of the new and sexy Zombie House Flipping Real Estate show on A&E. And together with my business partner, my friend, co-star Sam Middleton, we buy these ugly, nasty, disgusting houses and we transform them into sexy masterpieces. And so, Doug and Roxanne, we're working with them on one of the houses. It's actually the first one that's going to premiere this Saturday at 11 a.m. And we joint ventured on this house together to turn this crappy, I think you call it crap box, into...
Hey, by the way, you can use that. But just credit MJ from the MJ Morning Show who has given you the term crap box.
I'm totally going to borrow that. And so, we are working together with Doug on this house, joint venture together. Doug came in as the lender for that house as well, funded everything, and we're turning that house into a beautiful masterpiece. And so you get to see the transformation on the show this weekend. I mean, it's a messy job. Not a lot of people will do it, but our team is damn good at it. And
so what's your background? How did you get involved in fixing up crap boxes?
I've been doing this since I was 20 years old. I'm 38 years old now. I started when I was at USF.
You're 38?
I am 38.
You look like you're 28.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I was a broke college student, balloon artiste at USF back when I was 20. And
so you're from Tampa?
From Tampa.
Yep.
Originally born in Jamaica, but I don't have the accent.
How'd you get a show on A&E?
So I have a big social media following, and they reached out. My business partners were talking to some people connected to the production company, and they reached out and said, "Hey, we like what you're doing, and we're doing a show." The show was originated in Orlando, so Zombie House Flipping was based in Orlando. They're on season 5 right now, but that show did so well for A&E. They said, "You know what? We want to franchise this show." And so they wanted to expand to other markets.
All right, so you're the Tampa host.
Correct.
Oh.
Myself, along with Sam and our other co-star Amanda. Yeah.
That's great.
So I have to tell you, Dolmar, the guys have seen the before and afters.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So they have an idea of what this looks like, how crap boxy it was to begin with, and then
do I need to trademark crap box?
I'm totally using that.
That's the next show on A&E.
Tonight on A&E.
On an all-new A&E.
On A&E, it's crap box on A&E.
It's a crap box marathon all weekend long.
There you go.
So on the show, we get to see that transformation, all the drama that might take place because of it, because it's no easy task to get it to look like that horrible to what it looks like now.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of drama, I mean, these houses are really bad. I mean, one of the houses we're doing was vacant for 12 years, just abandoned. The bank didn't even know they owned it.
You ever find any mummified bodies in a house?
Just gonna ask. We found some interesting things. I mean,
how about some former meth labs?
Oh, yes, we have actually. Yes. We actually have.
Oh, man.
We're taking on some really interesting houses. I can't say too much, but...
So the premiere of Zombie House Flipping Tampa is this Saturday.
This Saturday,
11 a.m.
January 7th. Yes, at 11 a.m. Eastern.
And then how many episodes in the season?
So we just got a call yesterday. I don't even know if we can say this yet.
I'll just say it.
Just say it.
115. They got the call.
We have to do 25 houses for season 1. Yeah.
Really?
That's
great.
a lot. Yeah,
and then how many houses per, is it a 30-minute show?
It's a 1 hour show.
Oh, it's a 1 hour show. So how many houses do you feature in each show?
One.
So one house.
Yeah, so one house. So while the show is airing, we're still going to be filming for at least a year.
Because you've got all those. You have because you've done 4 now, right? Or
yeah, we've done 4. We're buying more. We're closing on more this month. So if anyone has an ugly, vacant, dilapidated, distressed house they want to sell, or they just don't want it anymore, definitely hit us up. We're actively buying right now, even in this crazy market.
So you'll buy the crap box.
Yeah, we're buying the houses. We're buying.
You know what? You remember those billboards? We buy ugly houses.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
You need to put up "We buy crap boxes."
Yes.
That's what you need.
Go to GoDaddy. See if WeBuyCrapBoxes.com is available.
I'm going there right now.
Let's lock that up. So hold on. Zombies aren't involved.
No.
It's a zombie house because it's like abandoned.
Okay, that's
now,
what I was trying to...
All right, now, if one zombie house bites another house that's nice, does that become a zombie house?
We call it a zombie neighborhood.
Right.
All right, now listen, I'm going to set the DVR. I'm going to watch this thing. So Saturday morning, 11 a.m. on A&E.
Yeah.
And is Doug on the show? Will Doug?
We'll see. We haven't seen anything yet. We have no idea.
But footage was shot with Dig Doug.
Yep, Big Doug. It was shot, and we're gonna see it for the first time together. We don't control what the edit looks like, so we're gonna see it for the first time with everyone and enjoy it together. But the show is gonna be fun. Is going to be educational. So anyone that wants to learn how to get involved in real estate, this is a way where you can learn how to get started. We even talk about how to get started with no cash, no credit, no credentials. So you're going to learn from this show as well. It's not just entertainment. You're going to learn. And also, we're trying to feature Tampa. We want to highlight the awesomeness of Tampa, in this show.
Yeah, who are the women? The real estate show, like Selling Tampa. What's the name of that thing?
It was a reality show.
Yeah, Selling Tampa, or what? There's a name.
Netflix, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Selling Tampa on Netflix.
Right. Yeah, and then they did various markets because there were a bunch of women locally that were part of that show as well. All right, so we don't know if Dig Doug, who is Roxanne's fiance for the last 12 years, we don't know.
For 12 years?
It's
been a long time.
It's been a long time. All right, so listen, the secrets you'll learn here. Just hang out for a little bit. All right. Also, did you know that Roxanne likes to have her feet massaged?
I heard that this morning. A 90-minute foot massage. I heard that.
That's good.
All right. So, hey, Dolmar, thanks for coming in, buddy. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. So, A&E Zombie House Flipping Tampa, and the first house for this Saturday for the premiere of the Tampa Zombie House on A&E, 11 a.m. It's going to be Dig Doug and Roxanne's house.
Yeah. So you see, it was you guys saw the pictures. You saw what the transformation is like.
Yeah. All right. Anything else before we get out of here and call it a Thursday?
I think that's it, huh?
That's
What?
it.
What I leave on the table?
That's it. I'm trying to figure out how to buy a couple of houses with Dolmar here.
All right.
No money, no credit. That's right out of my alley.
All right. Festa's going to be cooking and booking here in about 4.5 minutes. All right, 9:45. It's the MJ Morning Show. Folks, we'll see you back here tomorrow. Website loaded. Hey, Andrew, where's the video of the guys getting lit on fire after they tried to commit arson on that business? Is that on the website?
The stories that we've talked about page.
You got to see. Guys try to light a tax preparation and immigration services company on fire with gasoline, and they light themselves on fire. The video's on our website, MJMorningshow.com, and stories mentioned on the MJ Morning Show. We'll see you back here tomorrow, folks. Let's be careful out there, and we'll see you back here for the Friday show in a little less than 24 hours.